Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast with me, Johnny Deadly, and a whole new look for the show that hopefully won't encoding overload error us into an absolute nightmare hell like it did last week.
Please
Look, it's
don't.
got pipes and shit. It's like a...
It looks cool.
Doesn't it have more moving parts now?
Well, it's more... Do you know all the cool... You know the way that there's like cool videos and stuff that are there as a background, and then there's all these cool moving parts that make all of that work?
Mm.
I just took all the stuff that was on top of the moving parts off, and you can just see the moving parts now.
Nice.
It's not what you did at all, though, is it?
No, that's literally, that's what it looked like behind all the videos the whole time. Like, if you look at the cog here on the left, that was actually what was rotating the fucking silhouette zombies in a loop over the background. The bubbles up here on the right behind the GoreCast logo, that was actually what was creating the smoke for the smoke machine in front of the zombies.
Oh, okay.
I have not taken whatever drugs some of the people that made one or two of the movies we watched tonight did, so I call bullshit.
I like it. You can see the chat easier now.
Yeah.
That is true, actually. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Hello, Bree.
Brand new.
Hello, Letty.
Brand new. I'll make new frames because the new frames were never under the background framework in the first place, so I didn't get a chance to do those. Because now that I look at it, it's kind of like, the lightsaber frames definitely do stick out there now a lot more.
Don't fit. Yeah.
But
I don't know, I'll probably just make some adjoining piping frames.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, lightsaber never bad.
No,
Very tasty new look.
It's like-
Thank you very much.
It's like all the it's like all the other stuff is generating electricity, and that's what's going around us.
See, there you go.
Yeah, except that's what powers the smoke
Future
machine
steampunk.
for what used to be the video layer that had zombies on it.
Huh?
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
No? Well, I've already
Maybe.
explained what all of the cogs were for, so I don't know what you're talking
Yes.
about.
But I
Anyway,
didn't buy your
we have a host of new movies for you today, and at least one of them's good.
Oof.
One sucks, one's good bad, and one is good.
That's
That's good. It's also, we're also starting later because I was trying to figure out what the fuck can I do to strip down this stream so it doesn't get encoding overload errors, which it turns out was just remove the top layers of everything. It's all good. This is my plunger here. There's a coffee underneath this that I'm now plunging because we're going late.
Oh. I thought you were.
No.
plunging something
You
else.
would think,
Okay.
by the way I was talking bullshit there for the last 5 minutes, that it was going to be something
Yeah.
like something came down on the screen, which now that we've talked about it, that might happen next.
I'm going to
Yes.
lead in so I have an excuse to use this plunger.
Mostly
device
this is
real
actually,
quick.
this actually just makes coffee, is what I was...
See, I don't have the
That's a dope
patience to do
machine.
that shit, dude.
What do you mean?
Just the whole wait.
Don't you have to
then
wait for coffee
plunger
anyway?
it. Oh, I got a Keurig, dude. Like, I blink and I got coffee. I'm cool with that.
How do you do that?
I put a pot in. I put
Don't you
a
have to
cup
boil
under, hit
water?
the button. No, I push the button. It gives me instant coffee. Like by the time I walk. to
Sorry,
the
I thought you said I
refrigerator,
put a
give me-
pot in. It was you put a pod.
Oh,
A pod
no.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I've got a Keurig, so it's just like I start the coffee. I walk to the
I
refrigerator.
had one of those,
come
and
back,
I really
have
enjoyed
coffee.
instant coffee. But the problem was that the price of the things were extortionate. So I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all set up. We're good. I have coffee here for the first 2 movies, and then the last movie, which is Dashcam,
Joseph.
brought to us by Bloomhouse, by the way. I have whiskey because I'm going to need it. Because okay.
Why are we doing that one last?
Hey,
That's
Joseph,
the worst.
welcome in. How are you? Also, Letty is in. How are you? Tristan's in. Hello. I saw a wild Brie in the midst there earlier as well. Hello to everybody.
I have a Coke for the first 2 films, and then I have a laxative for Dashcam.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Because it goes on par with the
I
movie.
could- I could go down and make myself a vodka and lemon, but I don't think we want me.
Do you know when would have been a good time to do that? I would have said maybe 4 to 5 minutes. Not 45, by the way. 4 to 5 minutes before we went live. That would have been a really good time. Do you remember like when I finished setting up stuff and then I was like, I'll be back in about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm just going to go make a coffee before the show happened.
But
I didn't know you were on about Dashcam
you
last.
did. But you did know we had to do it, period.
Yeah, but
so you still would have needed
Even
to
if
drink.
even if we were doing Dashcam first, you still would have needed the drink prepped already.
No, because I
Yeah.
would have been getting the bad stuff out of the way. No, I have to.
Okay,
prepare
well, in that
myself.
case, then I'm going to call your bluff. And when we put on the trailer for one of the previous movies that is going to be on before Dashcam, you can do a Dashcam run downstairs and make yourself an old lemon and vodka. Or Dashcam to the right-hand side of your chair and make a lemon and vodka. Whatever one tickles your pickle, I don't mind.
No, I was just making sure that everything was where I wanted it to be. Otherwise, the Dashcam could lead with me dashing into the floor or a wall. Or...
I was going to go in a descending order of terribleness was what I was going to go. Because I feel we should end with Dashcam due to the fact that Dashcam is the main cusp of the title of tonight's episode.
I thought it
I
was.
thought that whole get the bad taste.
No,
over
tonight's
with,
episode
like-
is Does Dashcam Suck or Really Suck? GoreCast Groupchat Thursday.
Oh,
Okay.
so it is.
Yeah. I was reading on the internet that supposedly are very meticulous and very well ordered way of doing episodes. So it was just, you know, I can type in a doodad and the name of the movie will come up for categorization. People don't like that, evidently. Evidently, people like to be asked a question in the title or engaged or attacked in the title. So they're kind of like, okay, well, that guy thinks that movie that I like is fucking good. I'm going to watch why he thinks it's shit, and then I'm going to get in his chat and be like, there, the movie's actually good because I liked it. Then I'll be like, did you hear all of the reasons that I gave there meticulously on screen as to why the movie wasn't good? Do you have any more argument than, there, I liked it? No, I don't, but I liked it and you're wrong because I liked it. Okay.
Welcome to the internet.
Do you have any
Dangerous
filmmaking experience that I
conversation.
can kind of waver some learning off of from you? No, you work in Tesco's. Okay. Cheers, Greg. I'll catch you later. All right. Thanks for
Every
talking.
opinion helps.
Does it?
Opinions are like assholes, my friend. Everybody has one.
Right.
I was making a joke. I was making the Tesco joke. Every little helps. Every little
Oh.
opinion.
Pretty sure that's Asda, isn't it? And then they do the little ching ching on their don't they jingle?
Also, what
Tesco.
does another thing we found out is also it'd be a good idea if we actually watch the right movie because we had the confusion because Hollywood stop naming multiple movies the
And
same
bringing them
thing,
out in the same year.
'cause- Yeah.
Yeah, that almost.
You had
bit
us.
in
You
the
had
ass.
us. You had half of us.
Although I will
confused.
say that I felt that Bloomhouse's Dashcam kind of earned the title a bit more. Although technically did it. Actually, technically did it because technically that wasn't a Dashcam. That lady was just on her mobile phone. At least in Dashcam, the one from 2021,
One.
Yeah.
he was reviewing actual Dashcam footage, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was the whole point.
technically, they're actually
Trying to make a
weirdly
new
enough in a
bit.
movie called Dashcam didn't feature a Dashcam because Dashcams don't have a live
Who
chat
do I
feed,
sue?
Yeah.
or do they?
But it's on a dash, and it was.
Tell me they don't have a live chat feed. Everyone, do they have a chat?
Oh, that'd be. Oh, dude, that'd be cool as shit. Tase him. Tase him.
A live chat
Totally on
feed.
board for
It'd
that.
make being in a taxi a whole different experience, wouldn't it? Where you can watch all of the
Oh,
taxi
dude, it
drivers'
would.
fans
Yeah.
absolutely fucking hate you.
No, worse yet. I can actually see it now, right? There is, it turns out, an underground Dashcam ring for the police department.
Oh,
Your fucking law boys clicking in on stuff, kind of going, tase him. He's got a gun. We all saw he had a gun. You're covered, dude. We got
It's
you
America.
clear.
They all have guns.
This is, yeah. I could definitely see some lad in
You
England.
name
typing
me
that.
one cabbie in America that doesn't have a gun.
I'm on about the cops, not the cabbies.
All right. Last time I checked, they all have guns too.
Yeah, I know. That's my point.
either way, I would totally be on board for that
Ooh.
shit, dude.
Sorry, I'm confused. What is your point?
That if the police had a network
went-
whereby just they could chat and send in comments and stuff for dashcam footage of other police officers, it could be hilarious.
You went taxi, he went cop with the whole dash cam thing.
Isn't there a cop movie that's kind of like that?
No,
That
that's
was
just
a live dash cam.
You know, there are cops that live stream while they're working now
No.
on
I know-
TikToks.
Oh,
What a great reaction from
I
Carter.
know what
just-
I'm doing. Some free time. I gotta check that shit out.
There's a lot more dancing than I would have expected.
Oh, I'm done with it then.
Carter just gave the
Carter's quick review of TikTok
Dancing
cops.
blue. Woohoo!
It's like I want to see people get dragged out of cars and
Right.
beaten to death because they ran at stop sign.
It's surprisingly like the program they had on for about
bad dudes,
20 years
breaking
called
all the
Cops.
rules, doing TikTok dances outside your daughter's school. Bad dudes, bad dudes. That's the modern. That's the
see.
modern version of the song now.
I like it.
Seriously, I've been awake for all 5 minutes. Go
I
on.
like how that.
Then
Carter's
TikTok-
cat is gonna
Ah.
murder him. Doobity babbity boo.
Do.
Carter's cat is gonna
Okay, you're
murder you too.
encouraging. Please stop.
You can't hear,
Who, the cat?
can it?
Yep.
I'm sure it can. It's a fucking
Yeah.
cat, dude. They're kind of renowned for good hearing.
I'm
Last time I
assuming that
checked.
Letty,
Oh.
I'm assuming that Letty means that Reddit has loads of videos of cops mercilessly beating the crap out of people for no good reason.
Sure sounds like something that Reddit would have.
Probably.
Like if you were to give me a list of things that Reddit has
Done.
on Reddit, that would definitely be something that I would be like, that sounds like a Reddit thing, all right.
Have you
that was
have
def-
you done the 50-50 challenge?
Anyway, so descending
That's
order of badness.
terrible.
Boing! Orphan first kill, because this is fucking good.
Oh, this is my highlight.
Unless you're Buzz,
today.
who fucking hated it.
What the shit, dude?
Because Buzz doesn't like
uh,
surprises in his movies. The
I
plot
didn't-
wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I hate when they fucking...
She's a psycho lolly that's not a lolly. It's great.
It has nothing to do with her. It was the other. I can't get into it because it's very too spoily, and it's kind of a part I can't get into
No, this was the highlight of my
because
day.
it kind of is a big
I
thing.
binged all 3 back to back, and Orphan's first kill is my highlight.
Okay, so anyway, Orphan's first
Well,
kill. For
yeah.
anyone who wasn't back in the late 2010s.
2009.
Wow, wasn't even the 2000. Jesus, is it that? Man, I'm even more impressed now because they did a great job of keeping that chick looking like she was the same age as she was in the first movie.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they did
The first movie
awesome
back from
job.
2009 told the story of this young orphan girl who gets adopted into a family. The family take her in as one of their own, and then slowly they find out that she's not a young orphan girl. She's in fact a 30-something-year-old woman who has a dwarfism disease and is shit hot at doing makeup. And also has a tendency of developing a hot for the father of the family. And all of this is prevalent in this movie as well. Reason I mention it is because this is a prequel.
Yeah,
This is a prequel.
Yes.
So this is back where she's living in Russia in a mental home, and she gets out of said mental home, finds a missing girls list, takes on the guise of a young girl named Esther who's been missing for quite some time, gets back to the Americas where she is reunited with her family. There are some slight suspicions between the mother and the brother as to is she the daughter or not or whatever, because she is slightly suspicious, has a Russian accent, is really good at drawing now, even though she didn't used to be really good at drawing. And in general, just some things don't line up. And that's kind of where we are with the story. Yet again, we have an artistic father who's got a beard, therefore Esther wants to jump him. They have a bond over painting. And then the story kind of unfolds and takes a drastic turn where we find out that maybe young Esther's person who she was going to be, or who the young missing girl that young Esther took the persona of may not have been as missing as some people thought. And you get a real cool cat and mouse game. Or it's not even a cat and mouse game, it's a cat and cat game. It's just it's a small cat in a much bigger cat's fucking house.
Meow.
That's basically without getting into the major plot
'cause
ruining
that's kind of
stuff
a
of the
key,
things.
but-
I know I kind of had to get into the mother side of things so we could discuss some things later down the road. Otherwise, it's like all the cool shit from the movie we can't talk about at all. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's Orphan's first kill. The back of the DVD box says, Esther's terrifying saga continues, all the thrilling prequel to the original and the shocking. So, you know what? I can't actually read that because that's a terribly designed DVD cover. There's a lot of white text on a almost virtually white background.
Yeah, like the beginning was fine. There's some pretty cool kills. I liked how she manipulated that one patient.
She didn't
with candy.
manipulate her. She trained that patient like a fucking dog.
God. Oh,
Train,
dude.
manipulate. It's kind of the same.
No.
And even
Manipulating is
showcased
kind
her
of
training
weaseling your
skills.
way at the time of a situation. That lady was meticulously. Look the way she threw the candy when your one had a wobbler in the classroom earlier in the day. That girl has been training that young lady to go fucking crazy for candies for quite some time now.
Yeah.
You go attack the guy that I point at, and then you fucking get a candy. Hello, winning.
Yeah. Maybe I should get one of those for the dog, but never mind. Here nor there. Yeah, so like and it's not that I don't like the twists.
This is technically
It's
based
just
on a
the
true
twist.
story, Letty. Yeah.
It's just the twist that happened to me, and it's like kind of hard to talk about because
I think
spoilers.
I just spoiled
But
it.
like it kind of.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, I mean,
I tiptoed around the finer details of it, but the general idea is out there that the mother and that I very much
mother's
said that
in
people were.
some shit.
It turns out some people, she wasn't
Stuff.
as missing
Yeah.
as they thought she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't missing. There
Okay.
wasn't a version.
Well-
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, but still, like I felt like, and that's why I asked before the show if like I missed something onto why she went missing or didn't go missing. It just seemed kind of out of nowhere, and I was like, okay.
but
I do enjoy the whole, like you said, the cat versus cat. I guess not cat mouse, but like I did like that aspect because you're just like, ooh, evil versus a bigger evil. Okay, interesting.
Although, no, I suppose
But it was just.
But I'm kind of with Johnny though. Like, she didn't know who she was jumping into. Like, this was just her doing some shit,
Which,
and
yeah,
she
no,
drew the
yeah.
fucking short straw and fell into a crazier house than even she
Yeah.
was expecting.
Well,
you know,
what happened was she got a hots for the father because at this stage the MO this is the founding stone for the MO, if you know what I mean. Well,
Yeah.
I think it said that she had done it.
she
with
had
a
done it.
fam-
She
a
had
previous-
stayed with a previous family before, and she had done it with several families, but most of the time her MO
But
was
fucked up.
go in, stay for a week, and then rob him fucking blind
basically,
and
like, fuck.
fuck off, and then do it again.
Yeah, and then but she did the last family that she did that with, for whatever reason, she decided to off him, which is why she was in the
You
institute.
would assume that dad was probably very good at computer design, or he was a painter, or he was a sculptor or something. And well, that's the MO. Because as I said, I have watched the original Orphan a couple of times. It's been quite some time since I watched it, and I can't remember exactly what the dad was, but I have some shit hot architect or something. But every dad she's hooked up with via these two movies has had some good career as some sort of artist, albeit architecturally or in this particular case painting.
And the way they were watching over her in the institution, they realized just how smart / dangerous she was.
Oh, yeah.
the whole
Well, even the
situation.
mother realized how dangerous it was when they were dealing with her. Do you remember? She's like, remember, you're not dealing with a fucking girl here. She's 31 and she's fucking smart as fuck.
Right. And I think that's it. Like, that was their upside. Like, when you realize that you're not, they weren't
Good to
trying
know, Letty.
uh,
She just said, I'll attack people for candy. And I was like, good to know.
but
Groundwork's
that was
already
just
done
it,
there.
like,
All
they
I have
weren't
to do next time we're at a
underselling
live event, just be like,
Get me through the crowd, candy. Yeah, that actually works for me, sadly. But no, I like the fact that it wasn't just kind of like an underselling story. Like, they were fully aware of how dangerous she was. And the whole movie is that level of cat and mouse kind of, or cat and cat kind of shit. Both parties are fully aware. Fuck, you're dangerous. All right.
I liked how it's. Go on.
No, you go ahead.
I liked how they kind of went very quickly to show the fact that this person is someone who thinks meticulously about everything they do. And, you know, the way that she got out of the cell, she converted a fucking straitjacket into a goddamn backpack, for frack's sake.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
You know what's weird? In all the episodes of Bear Grylls, never saw him convert a straitjacket into a backpack. That's something you would have thought would have come in handy.
That's because Bear Grylls is a fucking knob jockey. Go watch.
Well, he was also too busy drinking his own
Because he's
pee.
an idiot.
Yeah,
Bear
you're never
Grylls.
going to get backpacks made if you just sit around drinking piss all day long. We've all established this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Bear Grylls?
Bear Grylls.
the survivalist guy.
No, that's why I asked.
Oh,
The guy who
And I'm
teaches you how.
shocked that I'm the one out of four of us. I
You-
thought Buzz was going to be on my side
This-
here.
It's the guy who teaches you how to get out of ridiculously uncompromised, like ridiculous situations that there's no way you could possibly get into, as opposed to people who teach you how to not get into.
Well, the
those
only way to get
ridiculous
into that situation would be to literally fuck yourself out of a plane over a absent tropical island the way Bear Grylls. He nearly died in the Irish outback. Do you know why that's a funny
So
title?
he
There
makes,
is no
like,
Irish
extreme
outback.
situations.
He was in the burn, for
He was
frack's
in the
sake.
burn. He was in the like he was talking about how dangerous the lands were, and I swear to God, Giz probably the same. We all got brought there on school tours to investigate ecology.
did you guys
No,
drink your own
weirdly
pee?
enough,
Funnily enough,
never had to drink my own piss.
not a thing. We had to
Weirdly
pick up any in wrappers and shit that we thrown around.
Yeah.
But
Ironically, even if you did manage to injure yourself up there, the likelihood is if you started screaming, some farmer would probably hear you, because all of the sheep that he kept finding, he murdered some farmer's sheep and made a jacket/dinner out of it. And do you know how I know that sheep was the farmer's sheep?
Oh,
Because it was fucking
that
spray
dude.
painted on the side of it.
Coming to think, Bill or Bear Grylls is full of
I
shit.
didn't know that was his name. All right.
go
Yes, yeah.
spray Mary.
I know the
Teach you
face.
how to actually survive in fucking wilderness situations without having to do stupid fucking shit, because he's teaching you proper fucking stuff.
Okay, I know this dude from like You versus the Wild and shit.
That's
All
Bear
right.
Grylls, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one time I got lost going from my house to my garage one time. I just stopped what I was doing.
All I
and
know
started
is
drinking
that
my
I
own
need to
pee.
take my boot off and put my t-shirt and sock over the top
Yeah.
of it and just pee down that shoe and just drink some shoe pee.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm here still, so
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm
guess it
surprised
helps.
he hasn't
but-
done more stuff like based in Germany, because I hear they're really, so some parts there's some clubs and stuff that are really into that kind of thing. Apparently,
Oh,
I just felt
Giz
defeated.
is working his
straight
way
up.
very closely to being able to let you see a really nice portion of the new background that we've designed.
hey, what? Wait,
Emotional damage.
I gotta make a joke.
I actually need to add that as a
behind the
pop-up
thing now.
for the show is the emotional damage one, because that's very applicable on most of the actual GoreCast shows. Emotional damage!
Yeah. By the end of the hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on episode, there is a lot of emotional
Actually,
damage.
Tristan was telling me earlier that she's still not in a good headspace after whatever the fuck we said Tuesday night. I was like,
Oh, your sticky, crunchy floor? Yeah.
what?
Was that was one of the things we were talking about.
No, you were talking about, you delusional fucks.
actually, he's not delusional. That was the last episode we talked about it.
And that was what we were talking about at the end of the
He's
episode.
delusional if he thinks that's actually what my room is like. That's my point.
Oh, gotcha.
You had said that you shuddered the thought of someone coming in with a black light, and then we really just kind of...
You had said my room
Actually,
looked
I
like
said that.
and I said I'd actually cleaned up all the cobwebs. Thank you very much.
Zach Baggins versus Bear Grylls for King of the What?
King of the douchebag? Yeah, they would definitely be two of
Oh, actually, you
candidates for
nailed
King
it.
of
That's
the
what it
douchebag.
was. King of the douchebag.
So, I have now become psychic. It's probably because I drank my own pee back when I got lost in by the shed. Because Bear Grylls, that's what
I
he
hope
taught
somebody's
me to do.
taking notes.
He's gonna clip it, isn't he? Oh god.
Oh, turtle.
Yeah. Anyway, Orphan first kill. It's she kills people pretty brutally. It's the beginning of the film, at least. And I didn't hate it, especially after the last two movies we watched. I watched it first, and I was like, okay, maybe. I had no faith for the next film, and I was like, Dashcam might be okay, and boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong.
No, dude, like, this is my introduction to the whole Orphan thing. Like, I haven't seen the first one, but...
Oh, then you need to please
Yeah,
watch the
first
first one.
As I said in the chat, I was like, holy shit, dude, like, this really makes me intrigued to see the first
You know,
one.
this actually
After
happens
seeing-
in real life, minus the kind of the
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
there is
I
a woman
remember-
that had a similar affliction as young Esther.
And they caught her going through, like, multiple families, if I remember correctly.
The mother of one family reported to the cops because she literally was like, "I think this woman is trying to off all of her family and take my husband." And it was like,
oh, I didn't realize
"Whoa."
that's what it was.
Oh yeah. That's how she got caught out. Was like she basically did the exact same shtick as Esther, just not as smart about it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like somebody finally caught on to her shtick of, like, you know, robbing and running or some shit. I didn't realize she actually tried to take a family out.
Give me a bit.
I definitely you definitely give her props because don't remember how much she did it in the original, but like the whole like not every second, but like the way she was always trying to find stuff about the girl to help solidify that she had like a doll room or a dollhouse in the bedroom. She's trying to find little things in there to see if there's something that kind of like, you know, solidifies, because she kind of fucked up at a couple parts at the beginning when like she first like got reintroduced with the family, like on the airplane, where she made some kind of comment, and then like the mom was like, no, she's dead. She's like, fuck, and like went to the bathroom and drank some alcohol and had a freak out. So she's like trying to like make sure she, you know, gets all those little holes covered by trying to find little nuggets of information that she can continue to portray the missing girl as big quotation marks.
What's
there.
going on? So no love for Dashcam? No, because it sucks.
Oh, no,
we'll
no.
get more into it when we're reviewing it, but I'll give you a quick synopsis. It's a movie that, from what I could hear, sounded like a great movie, but it's covered up in so much horrible fucking shaky fucking found footage style fucking camera work that I don't have a clue. There was a big demon near the end of the movie that, from what I could tell in the brief glimpses I saw, looked pretty cool, but fucked if I know.
No. It was so shaky that I threw up on my floor for motion sickness. So I got some
Anyway, in
sawdust
relation to
all
Orphan,
over my
it
living
is
room
inspired by Barbara Skurlova, a woman who was discovered posing as a 13-year-old boy in Norway after she had escaped from another family where she had facilitated extreme child abuse on the family's other children.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like that bad. I thought it was just
After
like
Orphan's
a
release in
grab money and
2009, it spawned another incident 10 years later in which an Indian couple adopted a 6-year-old Ukrainian girl named Natalia Grace, who had a form of dwarfism that made her about 3 feet tall and also gave her some additional difficulties with mobility. However, after being with the family for a few weeks, Natalia began acting strangely, threatening the family and acting erratically, after which the mother became convinced Natalia was actually an adult. Here are the true stories behind the movie Orphan.
Wow, all right.
Do you want me to read these? They're
I'm
pretty
down
in depth.
for it.
Okay. The case of Barbara Skurlova was a national news story when 13-year-old Adam, an adopted boy in Norway, went missing, and it was discovered that he was actually a 33-year-old Czech woman. Skurlova committed her first crimes in the Czech Republic, where she came to live with 2 sisters, Clara and Katerina Maruva, and Clara's 2 children. Clara had significant mental illness, so much so that it was the cause of her separation from her children's father. Because of this, Skurlova was able more easily to manipulate her. She began controlling and manipulating the family, pretending that Clara's 2 sons, Ondrej and Jakub, were breaking things and misbehaving, and then convincing the sisters to administer increasingly violent punishments against them for the boys' imagined mistakes. Eventually, Skurlova convinced the sisters to lock the boys in the basement and deprive them of food. When a neighbor alerted the police to the potential abuse in the household, the two sisters were arrested, but Skrylova escaped pretending to be a child. When the 13-year-old boy of Czech parents went missing, Skrylova stepped in to pose as him. It is believed that the parents helped Skrylova pose as their son until she eventually ran away and their ruse was discovered. And then, after the release of the horror movie Orphan in 2009, nearly 10 years later, a unique case came to light which may have been inspired by the events depicted in the film. Indian couple Christina and Michael Barnett were well versed in raising children with special needs. In 2010, they adopted a 6-year-old, Natalie Grace, from the Ukraine. She had a form of dwarfism that made it difficult for her to walk. Natalie had been in the US for about 2 years when she came to live with the Barnetts, coming to live with them after her last adopted family had given her up for undisclosed reasons. Presumably being my daughter's the 33-year-old woman.
Right.
After a while, Natalia started acting strangely. Christine reported that the girl was threatening the family, standing over them at night, and she even saw her once trying to pour bleach into Christine's morning coffee. Ooh, Jesus. Christine began to suspect Natalia was not actually a child and backs up the suspicions with Natalia's sophisticated vocabulary, lack of interest in toys, and medical tests which supposedly show Natalia as having the bone density and teeth of a teen or young adult, though later tests dispute these conclusions. Based on Christine's belief that Natalia was dangerous and running a scam, the Barnetts legally changed Natalie's age on her birth certificate to 22 years old in 2012, and then in 2013 they rented her an apartment and moved to Canada. Later legal charges were waged against the Barnetts in 2014 when Natalia reported to the police that she had been abandoned by her family. The Barnetts were charged with 2 counts of felony neglect of a minor. Christine still maintains that Natalia is a dangerous adult running a scam and that the incident didn't constitute child abuse. Michael now discovered that Christine claims that the couple knew the entire time that Natalia was a child, but that Christine convinced everyone to lie about her age. Natalia's age is still up for debate, and legal action is ongoing to reverse the changes to her birth date that the Barnetts made. When asked about the case, Christine specifically referred to the 2009 film, saying the movie Orphan is exactly what happened.
Wow.
I did myself.
No.
That's fucked up.
I'm so taken aback. I can't do words.
Fuck,
Dude,
that's the word.
I know. Wow, dude.
Fantastic.
They're pretty much 2 words that I'd use to describe what I just read. Wow, dude. Or even if you felt like putting the 2 of them together, it would still make sense, as in like a wow, dude. You know? Anyway.
Why? How is...
So, anyway, back to the actual movie, opposed to
possible?
the real-life shenanigans that were going on. I will say that the kind of cat and mouse game that unfolds during it is very, very well done. It's shot really well. Like, it looks like a high-production piece. I'm not an overly great fan of the color grading done on it, though. It was very desaturated and subdued. Like, there was kind of no pop to the footage, which I know that's kind of a bit of a horror movie thing, but I thought that's something that's been changing recently, where it's even the kind of the nice bluey tones that you normally get in a horror movie weren't there. It just seemed very desaturated. But yeah, no, the thriller side of it and the cat and mouse game and everything was fucking... I really enjoyed it. Like when the big reveal of the role flips as to what was going on came out, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Hello.
And for me, also the cast, because like Julia Stiles really surprised me.
She did a great job of being a cunt.
Oh yeah,
Great job.
and like
Once-
Mastermind. You know, like,
so thing is just like, oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna have to repeat that
Right.
sentence again. Nobody talk. Kiss. Go.
Oh, right. Right. Sorry, I was saying that when she leans into it and goes full cycle, it's like pretty satisfying. Maybe I think that's what I said.
I'll catch you later, Board. Thanks for hopping in, dude.
See ya.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like, it wasn't like, I didn't want to say like I hated it. It was just part of it just kind of didn't make sense to me. And like the beginning was fine. Like I said, it was shot well. The acting was fine. The story was interesting. It's just that twist just kind of, I don't know, it just threw me off. And I was just like,
Well, I suppose you needed the twist,
Okay.
otherwise you were just kind of watching her do the same thing
doing
pretty
the
much
same movie
with a different
Yeah,
family.
But I mean, that
which,
doesn't
I mean, we've seen movies do
stop people from
right,
doing that.
but that's what I like about this one is they didn't follow the same path as everybody else. Like they were like, "Hey, we're doing that." Oh wait, No, we're not. Like, that's kind of what made it good for me.
The other thing that I think functioned so well about the twist was that, like, a lot of the twists you see in modern movies, they kind of, there's no substance to them. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, oh, we've thrown in a curveball here. Whereas in this, it was kind of like, okay, storyline wise, this actually makes a lot of sense now, because it's like, A, Mum and the brother have known the whole time that she's talking fucking shit. So that explains a lot of stuff. B, she's after getting dropped right in the fucking deep end. Now, it isn't even like a subtle, you know, oh, fuck, I think there's something up here. It's kind of like, oh, shit, I am fucking shit. Shit. I think she even does that at one stage when the mom does the reveal. She's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the mother and son walk in. She just turns around. She's like, fuck.
Yeah, you know, it's so good. Like, I really liked that aspect of it, because it was like, if you had seen the first movie, she was so meticulous about how she went about stuff that it was funny to just see the rug get pulled out from under her feet really quickly. And also, as she is your main character, like, technically, if you were to look at the first Orphan movie, it's not like a conventional horror. It's more of like a dark thriller. You know what I mean? But the family are the main character, and Esther is the killer in that particular storyline. Whereas in this, she's your main lead here. So you kind of need the crowd to get behind her to a certain degree as well.
True.
You know, so doing this flip was very good, because by the end of it, you're kind of like, kill the bitch. You know?
And I don't know, for me, like, you know, because we get that whole, that breakout scene that sets the bar of just how smart Esther is. You know what I mean? And so when you see somebody that meticulous scared, that kind of, like, that changes, like, that excites the movie for me, because it's that whole, like, oh shit, where does this go if you're scared when you're supposed to be in control? Where the fuck is this going to go? And that's kind of what kept me going through the movie, just wanted to see how this is going to finally end up.
And if you do want to see how this finally ends up, I think, is it out on DVD now?
I think it was released in Sugar. I had it here a second ago.
It's on Paramount Plus. It was released straight to Paramount Plus.
I think it's on DVD, because what I'm having here is the DVD case is what's on screen currently. So, will someone just check if it's on?
It's actually still in theaters around here.
Okay, we'll go check it out in theaters and or on Paramount Plus if you don't feel like leaving your house.
Limited theatrical release, video on demand, and Paramount Plus from August 19th. It was believed at one point to have a release date of January 28th, but this was deemed unofficial.
For the DVD, is it?
No, I think that was just originally they were planning on releasing it in January. But it's theatrical, video on demand, Paramount Plus at the moment.
There we go. Go check it out. Really fun story. Go watch both of them. Will we give the trailer a go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll give the trailer a go. Okay. Fuck.
Did you set something on fire?
No, I nearly punched my coffee all over my keyboard.
Also, I figured out, I knew there was something rattling around in my brain when you were saying that they were trying to figure out the age of that kid in the real life Orphan case. Telomeres. If they take a blood sample and they look for the length of her telomeres, the shorter they are, the older she is.
I have never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's it was rattling around in my head because a lot of sci-fi stuff, it's usually a good way of figuring out if someone's been cloned.
Terrifier 2 came out today. We're aware. Don't you worry. That's on our radar.
But it's legitimately like the telomeres, they lengthen and shorten depending on where the cell is coming from. But there's leukocyte telomeres that shorten as you get older. So it's a way of genetically checking how old someone is supposed to be.
Tree rings. Nice.
Kind of. Not exactly.
Okay. Right, I'm going to have to share a screen with you guys.
Fuck it. I'm gonna see if I can grab. Okay. Nice.
Go for it. Dun, 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 dun. Epic fail. He already tripped in his chair on the way back. Now, something I will say, actually, I brought it up earlier and I completely forgot, is they did a great job of keeping this girl looking like she was a 13-year-old girl, even though it was 10 years since she did the original movie.
Oh,
There's some
yeah.
very smart camera angles used with obviously
Camera angles and a stand-in.
Yeah, they had a stand-in for like wider shots and they shot her from behind, but the way they blended between both shots and everything seemed kind of cinematically very seamless. It didn't seem like you were obviously trying to cover up this girl's height or anything like that.
I dug the dad's artwork.
Dad's artwork was very cool. Ruh-roh.
Dude, that cop was on it.
Oh, yeah. Probably because the cop was paid to cover up the other fucking incident.
Oh, I didn't put two and two together there.
I think that's why
I
the
didn't
cop
either.
was...
I just thought he was super curious.
No, I kind of got an impression that he was very friendly with the mom. He wasn't really friendly with the dad.
Oh. Okay. That's a whole new fucking level right there, then.
Yeah, and even do you remember when he came in and he was trying to question Esther and the mom was trying to make the questioning happen and the dad was like, "Yo, she'll talk when she's good to talk."
Yeah.
And everything.
Okay.
So it's never said, but I kind of think the cop was one of the reasons it was easily covered up, if you know what I mean.
Shit.
That scene kind of bothered me
The
too.
cop scene?
Or that part. No, the her walking in the house while everything's on fire, just how it was so just nicely not on fire where she was walking.
Dude, that really fucking changes. Holy shit.
You can't
I
quote
feel
me on
bad
that
for
now
the
because
dad
that's just a hypothesis.
Right.
So I have like 14 fucking ads playing now.
What?
Yeah, so that was Orphan's first kill.
Yes.
How do we feel about that?
I enjoyed
dude.
it. Yeah, I'm like character. I haven't seen the first one. So after seeing that one, I'm kind of like, I want to go and watch the first one now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm totally on board to watch the fucking first one now because I don't remember her name, but the girl that played Esther, I really dug the shit out of her. She's a good actress.
Isabel Furman?
Sure.
I'll go with
Isabel
it.
Furman. Isabel.
You know, so like just being able to watch now, knowing her fucking history, knowing that yeah, she'd like to rob. Oh, some shit happened, but now this, like, I'm definitely kind of down to see what that first movie was about.
So they had to like do the opposite in the first movie that they did this one, where they had to make her look younger because she was like in her mid-20s now. But back when the first one came out, because it was 2009, she was actually like 12. So towards the end, they kind of had to have her look like she was older when like the reveal kind of came that she was older.
And we were talking about that during the trailer. Like, it was awesome how they de-aged her with the right camera angles and all sorts of stuff. Like, they did such an awesome job of keeping her in that character.
Yeah.
You and your plunger coffee. Just don't understand.
Because this is a fine Sumatran blend that I had to grind the coffee beans up for. That's why it's the plunger stuff instead of
it's that right there, dude. Like, I gotta wait to grind them. I gotta wait to fucking plunger. I gotta wait for it to
I love the way you're like, I have to wait to grind them. I put the beans in the thing. I hit a button. It goes...
Yeah. And I still have like 3 other fucking steps, dude. I appreciate my coffee more than you do, I guess.
Oh,
They're fighting words.
Oh, Joseph, that is so fucking weird, bro. I can't stop looking, and I don't know how to file that. All right, so. Oh,
What?
Fuck, that's going to stay with me for a while.
What?
I take it you got shown something that you really wish you hadn't seen?
Who?
He was like, hey, can I post the crazy, supposedly Pennywise costume I found online?
All right, that's
like,
actually
hey,
what I
dude.
was going looking at.
And I was like, hey, dude, drop it in our chat. You know, he's like, cool.
Where did he post it? Oh, yeah, okay.
It's in our general, but it's a link.
Right.
I just cannot.
Oh, I've
fucking
seen that
unsee
before.
it. Wow.
Well, that's why you don't order off Wish.
Yep.
Right. So
Yeah,
back on
I've
the
s- I've
task at
seen
hand
that
because
before.
everyone just started talking and didn't give me any numbers last time I checked. What are we? 6.
Six.
Thank you. Decisive in. Boom. Number.
8.
Like it.
7.
What did you say, Carter? 8
8.
plus 7 from Giz. I'm probably I might give it an 8 as well. Actually, I was very happy with this.
Yeah, like I said, as I start to like add it all up, like camera and all that, like I thought it was fucking worth an 8.
Alrighty, that gives Orphan First Kill a very acceptable 7.25 out of 10 for the GoreCast crew. Yes,
Nice.
very nice indeed. You know, while we're here and this is on the screen, we're going to shrink you
nice,
down
nice.
a little bit. Sorry, I'm ruining the immersion. It looks like it's not in the screen anymore. There we go. Look at that. Everything's on. Oh, wow,
no.
nay.
Whoa.
Hello, isn't it a type of cat that does the chit coffee? I thought it was a bat. Wasn't it
Yeah,
bat poop for coffee?
I thought it was a bat poop.
What? There's a guano?
There's guano coffee, yeah.
Oh, no, there's also a monkey
Bat
coffee.
poop.
It's a rare type of coffee bean from India and Taiwan.
That's why I don't
the
drink
name-
coffee.
Let's see. The name Monkey Spit Coffee would be more appropriate.
Boo. That's all I gotta say. Boo.
But yeah,
6. 6 out of 10. Oh, we're still. Yeah. Awkward silence.
I'm trying to think of something to say, but it's just...
yeah, I feel like the cat tried
You're like
to
asleep for a few minutes, you just kind of like came in again.
You what?
Me?
What?
I don't know. I apparently
Is Giz just
lost
frozen
more
now?
than-
I don't think so.
No. What did you say, Giz?
I said, was Buzz asleep for a few minutes and then just came in thinking that we were still giving scores?
No. I think Buzz was just trying to
it's just, there was nobody
move-
saying anything,
move
so
the
trying
problem away.
I was thinking of our Spotify listeners because there was no noise, so I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna say
That's your
something.
job, is if something happens, tell Spotify that chat said something and broke Johnny, and
Yeah.
I feel-
Okay, next time.
I feel
Yeah.
that there is a funny comment about to come out of Johnny's mouth, but Johnny.exe seems to be just broken right now. It looked like there was about to be a very funny comment, but then Johnny.exe just went,
Why is Dodge a subroutine?
Overload, system
All I gotta
overload.
say is cats, monkeys, bats. Thank you for coffee. Fuck it.
I think I'll just stick to podcast.
What?
Safe.
What the hell's going on?
I don't even know anymore. That's why my brain's broken.
No, dude, I still gotta thank coffee. 'cause,
Well, guess
like,
what?
I put my whiskey in that too, so like fuck it.
Jesus Christ, that poster's huge.
Right.
Crikey.
Jesus
Oh, thank
Christ,
God the
holy
poster
fuck.
was huge.
Which one of you?
I thought you were about to knock me for putting
Okay.
whiskey
Which one
in
of
coffee.
you-
Number one, I need to get this text off the screen. No, wait, you're the... Oh, that's actually supposed to still be here.
Hey, I didn't call you.
Which one of you awesome? Which one of you awesome guys want to do Sharkside of the Moon?
Oh,
I sure.
Well, I mean, technically, I did Orphan.
Yeah, I know. I was more talking to.
One
I'll
moment.
do some shark shit.
Which one is the fucking... Which one? Are you the number
There.
text? There we go. We need to... No, you're not the number text. Oh, my God. You're the white bat audio. One moment, we need to get this... Okay, you know what we're going to do here? We're going to rename you real quick to ratings.
For the Spotify listeners, Johnny is having
Issues.
issues that he's trying to
I'm sure they
fix.
can hear that. It's not like my mic's muted. They can just hear me screaming random OBS commands. Yeah.
Oh, just in case
I'm
they're
pretty
new to
sure.
our program,
I'll give
and
the
don't-
Spotify viewers credit where credit's due. I'm pretty sure they can figure out what's going on here. Johnny's having a goddamn mental breakdown. That's what's fucking going on.
Yeah.
No, you're the static. Okay, cool. There we go. I needed to get the 7.5 rating
plus
off of
one
the screen
is
that was there from Orphan because I've called me crazy. I feel that's not going to be getting this.
No.
No, that might be the only
Yeah,
one that has
that's probably not going to be
rest.
happening right there. So that's why I just wanted to resolve that issue before we went on, so there was no confusion for the people who aren't on Spotify and watching actual numbers on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, Sharkside of the Moon. You are. When I thought Tubi was good because they had Titanic 666, they go and
Okay, now number one.
do something
Dude, in
like
fairness,
this.
even Titanic 666 looked like it was going to be bad, and then it was pleasantly, surprisingly good.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude.
Yeah,
I am
I'm
not
saying
knocking Tubi for doing some shark shit. All right.
No.
They reached for the bar.
Also, Tubi
they
is the
just
new
fell
home.
short.
I don't know if you've noticed, Tubi is the new home of asylum movies.
Yeah, which I mean, that in itself is
Yeah.
an answer.
Also,
to an
Mystery
unanswered
Science
call.
Theater 2000, because I saw that a bunch when I went to watch this film, and I was on Tubi, and then that popped up. I was like, oh, good.
I can
Good
just do a
stuff,
quick
son.
synopsis for this movie, and we can just move into review if you want. Like, I don't mind if you want me to save time.
I'm totally down. Well, if you want to do the short version, that's
Oh
fine.
no, I don't mind. I was just saying.
Yeah.
He
I was giving you an out if you want, but if you really
I'm
want to talk
totally
about
on
it, go
board
for it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally on board for it. So
Sit back and listen to Carter's.
Don't get too comfortable.
so-
There's a good chance it might be 60 seconds.
no,
I
I
know.
was like
Oh,
totally looking forward to this movie. It just didn't happen. So Sharkside of the Moon, all right. While the Americans are busy like trying to like do the whole space race, Russia decided like, hey, fuck the space thing. Let's focus on sharks and like just educate them, get them doing shit. So
Mutate,
Russia was like,
bite
all right,
bits.
cool,
Mutate and
right. Russia's like-
interspecies breed them with humans to make some
Right.
sort of
Russia's like,
shark-based
first
super
thing
soldier.
is like, hey, you know what sharks need? Opposable fucking
typical
thumbs.
Russia.
So like they start mutating some fucking sharks, teaching them Russian, and like in a science experiment.
Did they
that
teach them
you-
Russian? Sorry, just to clarify, they are human shark hybrids. I feel it's not so much they taught them Russian. I think it's more of a case of shark babies were made and they grew up in a Russian.
I don't know because they kind of pointed out that they knew that they knew Russian and something else.
Hmm.
So like they were trying to teach them like language.
I think that was writing.
Yeah, in Russian.
Oh. Okay,
And-
so Russian sharks that grew up in Russia just kind of picked up the language.
Yeah,
My
they're,
bad.
they're Russian. They're Russian
being trained
human shark
Russian
hybrids that
scientists.
grew up
They're
in Russia and then got rocket shipped into space, and for some
So just
reason
got
are able to
taught
breathe.
talk.
They were genetically designed to survive in any atmosphere.
Right, that's it.
And they
Okay, perfect.
completely blew that one out of the water because these fuckers can. I mean, fuck, they can even like dive into the moon surface and still shark.
Yeah,
Some
the
would
land
say they're
sharks.
street sharks, but
Right,
if they were made by
exactly.
the Russian military.
Exactly. But it's cool though because you got like some hammerhead sharks, like some regular sharks.
Is gives
Oh,
likely
man,
the
when the
revelation
sharks-
that they are actually street sharks if made by the Russian military.
Right.
No,
Because that
And,
is that essentially is what they are.
gives-
For anyone who doesn't believe me, that is essentially what they are.
Street sharks, like straight up, dude. And they would have been street sharks had they not gotten launched to the fucking moon. I mean,
But this is my point. Like, I mean, all things being equal, the design of them, I'd be happy if someone were to do a Street Shark movie using some of the designs that are used in this film because they look
Mate,
pretty good.
They look
this
like
was the
somebody
live
exported
action
them out of a
street
computer from
shark.
the 90s using Windows Vista.
Right.
What are you on
Like,
about?
straight up.
They're from a guy that does 3D graphics and stuff. They're not even the final renders. It's like the fucking editing software couldn't handle the final renders. So they're like, the pre-render that we do at the low resolution. Can we just use that by any chance? Well, you can, I suppose. I don't know why you would. Well, we're going to because my laptop, Windows Vista. It's like it doesn't even know what you're editing this stuff on. I don't have a clue.
So
I turned
what
on the
happens with-
internet to try and download some updates for my browser, and the normal sound you get when you turn on the internet, the It did that, and then my computer just stopped working, to be honest. So if I could get the basic 260 by 260 renders that you have there, that'd be great.
Unfortunately, what happens when you always try to like make something smart? It exceeds your expectations. So all of a sudden, sharks are breaking out of their containment and overrunning the base. And 2 Russian scientists are like, "Hey, let's go to the fucking shuttle." Sharks, "Hey, let's follow them." Scientists, "Let's launch." And then they take the sharks to the fucking moon. Fast forward, however fucking long in the future.
Biker sharks from Mars. Yep, that's what you got.
Fast forward, the American team is going to go up to land on the moon. They're going to do some cool shit and all their new technology. And, well, you know, they don't land exactly on course. Bad shit happens. They crash on the moon. But hey, that's cool because...
Houston, we have a problem.
But that's cool because, come to find out, the sharks have taken them down so they can steal their fucking spaceships. That's right. We've got full-on fucking intelligent, talking, making shit like Shark City. Like, they're just looking to get off the fucking moon and now get back to Earth to take over. Sharkside of the Moon.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick synopsis, all right.
Here's a good synopsis. And people breathe in space. Don't forget that.
They do not breathe in space.
Oh, yeah. They use an oxygen tank
that goes in their nose. If anyone's ever seen Breaking Bad, some would say not unlike what that guy, the Salamanca lad in the wheelchair, used to have. You know, it's literally just an oxygen tank.
Here's the thing, though.
That even if you have special algae in, it was explained.
Oh my God.
Even if you have an oxygen supply, you're still in a fucking vacuum.
Yeah.
With no protection for your fucking skin.
I'm going to say thank you, Giz, that you brought that up. Is part of the point. Part of the point of an entire spacesuit. No, the hat doesn't work. Right? Ignore the poster that I made for tonight's show. That was me leaning into the wackiness that is Sharkside of the Moon. I'm going to have to give you a quick science lesson here. The whole point of the spacesuit, outside of feeding you an oxygen supply while otherwise in an innocuous, airless vacuum that is space, it also is to give you a decompression level so your body doesn't just pop into a little blood bag that will permanently float through the atmosphere for the rest of time.
But the scientist had 40 years to work on it, thank you, and he fixed the problem.
And he managed to get an oxygen tank that you give someone that has really, really, really bad...
Don't forget about the Dahmer glasses.
Well, the Dahmer glasses are obviously there. He's from prison. We've established this.
No. Those were special space goggles because then they gave them to the Americans. It was space goggle.
Car, does this not sound stupid as it comes out of your mouth?
Dude, I watched a movie.
They have special space glasses.
I watched a movie about fucking land sharks on the moon.
Thank you, Letty. Letty's like, you would physically explode. Yes. You'd just be 5,000 bits of space goop just floating around.
There were
You could just say space anything, and it's not going to solve why they're able to do this.
There was space questions, and they had what? Space fucking answers. All right.
No, they had plot power answers.
They didn't have plot power answers.
They didn't.
That was.
Yeah, because it was nothing to do with the plot.
I'm down.
That's true.
Here's my thing. Right.
Back.
I am down for pseudoscience when it comes to science fiction style horror movies. But at least try and make the pseudoscience somewhat based in reality. Like, I've been in a hospital. I've had elderly grandparents who've needed oxygen tanks. Don't try and convince me that the same gear that helps them get over their fucking asthma is the same gear that's going to help you live in the innocuous, vacuumous, airless ball that is space.
Hey, our grandparents
don't forget they were choosing
algae in the tanks creating air.
Yeah. They also weren't chewing.
Why didn't they explode? The algae doesn't stop you exploding. It just helps you breathe for 4.5 seconds before you turn into a fucking puddle.
The suits that helped with the whole cold.
The suits that helps, but the suits that have no air-locking helmet on the top of them to stop you exploding. Cop on, man. Cop on.
They
gave one guy... Dude, they gave one guy a spacesuit, right? I don't get why they couldn't have hawked out. Everyone was on a fucking green screen. There's no illusions about the fact that we're on a green screen. Believe me, you'll know when you're watching it. You're going to know they're on a green screen, okay? You could have literally shot everyone's roles separately and given everyone the same spacesuit.
Yeah, but then the spacesuits are hard to hear. This we just got like the nose thing. We can do all of our action
they're not.
cool shit.
They're not hard to hear because weirdly enough, it's a fucking movie. You can get them to come in with a microphone and re-record their dialogue.
Just saying, dude.
I'm just saying the science is bullshit. That's all.
What gets me is the fact that Star Trek solved this little we don't have the budget for a spacesuit issue ages ago by saying this belt that we're going to put on, this little belt, I press a button, we do a cheap little light effect, and look at that, I've got a force field that protects me from the rigors of space. That's all they needed. Something.
Like literally, although I won't lie to you, even though that was Gene Roddenberry's conception and it was back from the early 80s, I do think that they did not have the technology in this movie to make that effect work properly. Yet again, remember Windows Vista.
Yeah, the way that they filmed them, like, you know, the non-gravity of space was look like how they were filming when they run in fucking Baywatch. We're running in slow motion. That's how space is like. No, you fucking idiots.
Okay, again, I'm just pointing out. I watched a movie about space sharks that like kick ass.
Yes, it's all ridiculous.
Exactly. So I'm not.
Not
just
just
if the movie was shot,
I'm not
if the
looking
movie
for
was
exact science
if
when I'm watching a movie about space sharks.
So
if the movie was better, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with all of this stuff. But it's the fact that 70% of your movie is badly green screened, and then annoyingly, all of your live action spaceship internal shots are pretty well done. And I was like, could we not have cut down the budget on the flashy lights in the background a little bit and maybe got an extra fucking...
But then those scenes wouldn't have looked as good as they did. I'm just putting that out there.
And they also casted the crew from a local community theater because I mean we have one person.
Right?
No, that's fine. But then also let your actresses know that when you're playing something with an accent, keep it through the whole movie. You don't lose your accent when you come from the moon and you have shark babies.
I've landed on the Americans now. Now I'm American, even though I blatantly sound Australian for some reason.
It does not say they were building a fucking creature that could adapt to all things. She is splashed in America or in that area, Earth. Close enough. So she just started speaking with a non-Russian accent.
I just to clarify, viewers, I was unaware at the start of this that Carter was going to, I thought there was going to be a debate for the movie. I wasn't realizing Carter was just going to dig his heels in and just be like, it's a good goddamn movie.
This is the hill he chooses to die on.
Congratulations on passing the 1%.
Sharkside of the Moon. Sharkside of the Moon.
That's 1% more than this movie's getting from everybody else.
My problem with the movie was I'm actually down for all the whack shit, batshit, crazy, insane storyline that's going on. It's just if you know you're going to be doing a movie that's 70% green screened, maybe figure out how to do the green screen. And if you're going to do a movie where all of the opposition are digitally generated sharks, maybe try and have some consistency in the level of tech that is used in making them. Because the one main shark...
I will admit, yes, they did put $5 here, $2 there. Like that.
Would you say $5? Because I remember a very, very intricate fight scene near the end of the movie that basically involved a digital shark attacking a camera and then cutting to a human attacking a camera and then blending it together. And then occasionally, because one of the humans had a spear, very badly, and I cannot describe, considering what I've described the sharks as, because this is worse than the sharks, a very badly digitally generated spear comes in occasionally off the corner of the camera, kind of like a Also, I don't know why the shark didn't just eat them, because during this fight scene that went on for what I can only describe as far too long. Far too long of essentially two shots just with varying degrees of people in them. I found it strange that this shark was having so much issues fighting these guys, while the other skinny shark with the normal shark head opposed to the hammer shark head kind of just came in, picked them up, and just fucked them clean into another shark's mouth. Yeah. And I was kind of like, hey, if they were able to do that the whole time, couldn't we say, I'm not trying to put a label on the fight scene that you put in there, but say, couldn't we have deleted the miscellaneous fight scene that we need to put in for 7.5 minutes so our movie makes it over the hour mark?
I can't argue that, actually. I'm just...
Because it feels like we could have just cut that whole fight out and they tried to fight the sharks off. Have a quick shot of the no shark fighting a human and the no human fighting a shark, and then just get to the point where the big skinny shark comes in and just starts chucking people, which I loved, by the way, because I got an endless amount of entertainment when I saw that happen the first time. Was not expecting it at all, because up until that point, the humans had been managing to put on quite the fight. So much so that I was laughing and confused at the same time as to how one shark managed to come in and just pick him up and chuck him into a bigger shark's mouth. I was kind of like, hey, aren't you supposed to be super intelligent sharks? Call me crazy. I would have thought that was the first plan you landed on. Instead of being like, if we try to maneuver around the back and we try to do some tacticals and we fucking try and invade the ship from the side, and one guy in the back's like, or, the big shark rhinoceros that we have out the back? Has anyone just tried? Because we're actually, if you think about it, much larger and stronger than the humans. Has anyone just tried maybe just picking them up and chucking them in the big guy's mouth? Shut up, Larry. Okay, I'm just saying.
Personally, I like the shark's torture technique. Hey, where's your ship? Fuck you. Bites a guy's leg off and then fucking sears it shut. That sold me. I'm like, well, that's brutal, but sharkish. I was on board for that one, dude. I'm just surprised that I'm the only one that's arguing this, because we both like Sharknado.
The budget for this
film. Where the fuck is the science in Sharknado? I mean, come on, dude.
Oh,
Why am I up to
sorry, you've seen all of the movies, right?
I have.
So are you Carter, before you step in a big pile of doo-doo live on camera, you've seen all of the movies, right?
I have.
And is there not, admittedly, while ropey, a much better scientific explanation as to how the Sharknadoes are happening?
Okay, yeah. They paid a couple bucks more to their writers, but I'm just saying,
I'm just saying, if they even had Sharknado pseudoscience going on, I might have been okay with it.
To be fair, I'm totally down with the notion of genetically engineered bipedal shark killing machines that went
because
awry.
you and I are big fans of Street Sharks, which is basically what this is. It's space Street Sharks with Russian accents.
Yeah.
And no motorbikes, because they couldn't afford the budget for the motorbikes.
Say that
Hang on.
Yeah, well, it's because the budget for this film
I'm after merging Street Sharks and Biker Mice from Mars into one TV show.
Because it was in the chat.
Yeah, it was in the chat, which was Biker Sharks from Mars.
And you know what? I'm hoping that's the fucking sequel. Biker.
Me too.
Fucking Moon Sharks.
Actually,
I think
maybe
it's fucking awesome.
Perhaps one of the Street Sharks did have a bike. Now that I think about it,
I'm hoping that Tubi says no sequel.
That won't happen. That won't happen. That won't happen.
I'm just saying, how do you pass on Moon baby sharks on Earth? Earth side of the fucking moon. Shark side.
You could very easily, conceivably, tie this into Sharknado as a prequel.
Oh, see, I'm on board.
Oh, my head.
I'm sad.
I'm just saying, dude. I love sharks.
I'm just saying,
I love sharks that throw on apocalyptic armor and want to take over Earth. It just
Street Sharks.
You cannot get cooler than that. Right.
Street Sharks. I got this TV show from the 80s you might want to check out. It's called Street Sharks.
Okay.
Nice. I had some of the action figures. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
they were awesome. As they used.
Yeah, and the prequel, Sharkside of the Moon.
A couple of
Dr. Piranha.
Please do not put that
It's not a prequel, because those sharks, for some reason, all had American accents, even though they were from a different planet.
And adapted. That's why they
also didn't have
Although, as was proven by the end of the movie, the minute the Russian people land on American soil, they have an American accent. So,
see? Adapted.
I mean, technically.
Now, they jump a biker gang. We follow them off. Guess what? They're fighting off fucking bad guys. Thank you. Welcome.
No.
Just saying, dude. Yep.
No. No.
No.
Yep.
No. I don't like it. No. I don't
I'd watch it. Oh, wait. I did. So, yeah. Cool.
I knew this movie was going to be bad.
Cheddar?
Yeah, I'm going to write a poll, seeing as we have... Things we have such controversy. Things we have such controversy over this movie.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Shark, the sequel, according to Letty.
Oh.
No. fucking sequel.
Ninja Sharks, Teenage Mutant Ninja Sharks, Teenage Mutant Ninja Sharks. They all have Russian accents. Shark power.
I also like Joe's Shark Tales.
Ooh.
It's like
Flying down from space, we're in a race
Shark
for the space race. It's go with the Shark Tales. Ooh.
Oh, then they wouldn't be able
I
to
bit
finally
that
like,
guy's
dive through
leg
the
off
gold.
and chucked him in a shark. It's Shark Tales. Ooh. It writes itself. Writes itself. I need to find some generic background music that suits everything that I can just play when I start singing theme tunes for stuff that don't exist.
For our Spotify listeners, I am shaking my head. In
Oh,
disbelief.
for some reason, Buzz, I feel they don't need the video feed to figure out that that's happening.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
Okay, that's true. They can hear. They
Call
can hear
me
the rocks
fucking
rattling
crazy,
in my head.
but
as
I
shake.
feel that we don't need to. Okay, we'll go. Is Sharkside of the Moon Jawsome?
It was Jossum till the
So-
end. Then I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah, the baby bit lost me completely.
I wasn't
That's-
even that far.
No. Hang on. The baby bit was
I was
explained.
talking about the lava.
Film. It was getting from the moon to Earth in under 5 seconds, surviving re-entry, and how the fuck did that chick just turn from Russian to American?
See,
Because of space algae.
Nope.
Yes.
No, it wasn't
they
because of the
lost me
space
the whole-
algae. It's one of the reasons that the sharks procreated and
Oh.
reproduced so much.
they lost me with the lava. That's where I was like, well, this is
No,
bullshit.
the reproducing so much was down to a genetic thing. That's why your one did it as soon as she arrived on Earth.
They lost me at the beginning credits saying Sharkside of the Moon. That's really
So
lost
you
me.
need like a yes, no.
Actually, they lost me before I
kinda.
even started it.
Sure
I
sounds
can't
like you
answer this
just
question.
wrote this movie off before you had a chance.
Oh yeah. And obviously that did well for me because my instincts were correct.
Oh, don't vote yet. We're going to do a trailer. We'll let you judge for yourselves via a trailer.
Oh, I already voted because I
Yeah,
watched
it's
it.
too late. You shouldn't have put it
See, I
out
feel
there.
like there should be like a yes, no, maybe Jossum. Like,
No. There's no medium, Jossum. It's either yes or no.
That is a valid point. The man makes sense. I won't lie to you.
wait, which one?
Sometimes.
It's either Jossum or it ain't.
Yeah, there's no
Right, what we'll do
feel
is
like
we'll
there is
delete
an
this
in-between.
poll again because that was my boo-boo, to be honest. There, I should have known that people would be pretty. Oh my god, it won't let me copy the title.
We sold the movie so well though. So I mean,
Or undersold it? I don't know.
also I think the budget of the film was a buy one get one free pizza coupon.
Where'd my
and that
goddamn
was the
poll
budget
go?
of the
Alright,
film.
that's-
That's why
Okay, everyone ignore this poll. This poll
that's
doesn't
what she
count.
said. For you Spotify listeners, don't we're ignoring the poll.
I'd go as far to say, but Spotify
You
listeners,
can't
you could
see.
probably ignore the poll every week. Yeah,
Completely.
Because
yeah.
you kind of need to be in the live environment
Hey,
to
yeah.
vote on the poll.
Hang on. You know,
Also, Spotify listeners, join
Yeah,
us
that would
live
be
on
actually
YouTube.
that's a better advertisement. If you feel like listening to people have a mental breakdown without giving any dialogue on camera and also putting occasional polls out that you can't vote on is a reason to come over to YouTube. Maybe you should come join us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/GoreCast.
See the defeat in our
Yeah,
faces as
certain-
we discuss
t-
some of
And
these
yes.
things.
maybe help back up some of us that really love fucking sharks.
No, don't do that.
you know.
Never do that. That's a bad.
with a space
Nope,
Dahmer
that
glasses.
is a bad. No. No.
not encourage him.
Just saying.
Space
Just
algae.
really encourage
Algae.
I'm not getting a budget for this film.
Okay, I'm going to time everything.
I told you.
I'm going to
I
time
get
everything
one free
properly
pizza
now this
coupon.
time so that there's no confusion about what's going on.
Carter, the reason you're not getting a budget for this film is because neither did they.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is
Their budget was we're having a pizza.
you know what's
party
crazy
after
is that there
film.
probably is a somewhat
Damn
respectable budget for
autocorrect.
this.
Because there was a whole lot of green screen. Like, you kind of have to have a couple
Okay,
bucks
our
for
first
Yeah, a
full
bunch of-
screen trailer of the night coming to you, folks. We'll catch you in a couple of seconds.
We have green screens,
Yeah.
Carter. We
Have you
don't.
seen what that man has done with a green screen? He put me in struggle,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Sorry. Free Spotify listeners.
No, I'm
Johnny's
not.
badass.
I don't. Spotify listeners, they're technically complimenting me, so I don't know why.
Right. I
would
thought that
rather-
was a pat
I
on
was
the
thinking
back.
of. I was like, hey, if anyone from the
Well, you're
asylum
trying to go to
happens
a
to hear
trailer
this
and we kept
segment of
talking.
the episode, I'll probably get
Yeah,
someone to
that's
clip
true.
it actually, so I can just send it to you. If you do need a
Yeah.
green screen editor that understands how drop shadowing works while in a fucking 3D environment, just
Yeah.
saying that even on the moon things cast shadows.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, those shadows
also
would
may tell
probably
you
change
that-
depending on the revolution of how it relates to the sun.
Actually, more importantly, because they're on the bright side of the moon, you know, it's pretty definite shadow constantly in the one direction.
He also may tell you that space algae is a bunch of bullshit.
As the green screen artist, that is not my place to do it. I just
I mean, you
just
can
gotta
still
turn
tell
your
them.
badly shot footage into a respectable green screen segment. That's it. Anyway, we're going to be back after a minute or two. Here's the trailer for Sharkside of the Moon.
This is Tabula Rasa to Mission Control. All systems running at 100%. Starting main engine. Everyone ready to go to the moon?
5, 4, we have a disturbance. 3,
Mission Control, do you copy?
we're not getting back on course. 1.
Great for net! Let's see that.
Captain, I think you should see this.
Back to the ship!
Why are there sharks on the moon? Americans. Welcome to the moon.
Where did they take him?
We are going home.
You're from Earth?
Protect the ship at all costs.
It's either us or them.
There we go. That I had literally just said that about the jump, Letty, just before you typed it. Right.
The question is Sharkside of the Moon Jawsome? Yes.
No, for 75% of the audience. 60%. Has everyone voted?
I voted.
I did.
No,
Oops.
it's still shit. Lol. And both.
Big pile of piece of
We got
space
60-40.
algae.
You
Or
gotta
no,
give sharks
so
a
it is
chance.
not Jawsome. And Letty likes sharks. She said.
We
And
all
I
like.
feel like you've like
They're-
not given these moon sharks a chance.
Okay,
Dude.
so let's go and get. I actually feel bad for you, Carter, to be honest, but it's like I can't defend the movie.
Like,
Let me just say that when I first saw the trailer for this, actually thought, this could be a bit of fun. So I was looking forward to watching it.
So was I, because this is
So-
actually,
Okay.
as has been proven many times on the show, right up my fucking alley.
thank you, Letty. I
Unfortunately,
appreciate
the
it.
production level made it look like it came out of my back alley, opposed to being right up my alley.
While it was not the movie I had expected, like you said from the trailer, I thought I was.
It was the
getting, like,
movie
a
you
yay.
deserved. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I'm just saying that.
Where's the
that-
drugs going?
That
Where's
during-
Selena Kyle?
Oh, I would just like to address something. Why is Carter getting all the hugs? We're the ones that had to fucking endure this bollocksology.
Because you are not appreciating sharks.
Carter
on the
gets the
moon.
hugs because he's delusional.
I'm
needs
delusional.
hugs.
We all know it. Why do I?
I'm saying next year.
No, you're
during
self-deprecating.
Shark
You're
Week-
not delusional.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
leave
next
you-
year during Shark Week, I'm rewatching this just for the fucking shark appreciation.
There's so many other things you can watch.
Oh yeah, like Ouija Shark, Sharknado.
Dude,
Dude,
watch
like
all of
every
the Sharknadoes. That's much better than watching
Like
this
every
again.
year, my Shark Week gets better and fucking better. It's awesome.
I actually like Ouija Shark. It's so crap. It's
Also,
great.
you can also watch the Discovery Channel and watch.
You can also
I-
watch
I-
this on the fucking Discovery Channel as
Okay, but Discovery Channel, real sharks, they swim. They don't have guns. They don't talk Russian. They don't fucking tornado.
Because it's not realistic.
You have your Shark Week, bro. I have mine.
Sorry.
Don't judge.
Sorry,
don't have Shark
in the
Week.
defense
I
of,
could
like,
care
say
less
say
about
Sharknado,
sharks.
right? I know they're sharks in a tornado, but they are sharks in a tornado. Ouija shark, still a shark. It's just a ghost shark, but it's still a shark.
It's a spooky
Have you
shark.
seen it? It's not really.
Baby
No.
sharks are called pups,
No.
and I think that's freaking awesome.
If we didn't review it, I have not definitely
Well,
seen it.
anywho,
then.
can I get some number ratings off people, please?
0.
Really?
1. Because the next movie is... Spoiler alert.
You guys go first.
Card is like, I'm going to have to give it a 10. Even though it doesn't deserve a 10.
If it gets more than Ghostbusters.
Should I go?
That's not going to happen.
Oh, that is definitely not
No.
going to happen.
Can I give it a 3.5?
Respectable. Had to put a decimal point there to make things
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, just
No, I'm using a calculator. I won't lie to you. The fact that you used the whole number surprised me, but
Well,
I had the
gonna go with a
calculator
0,
ready to
so-
go for this one. I was like, I'm not seeing a lot of solid numbers.
Got the abacus out. Like, okay.
Yeah, so
here's the
3.5 for
0.5.
this.
See, here's the thing. Once again, I accept the fact that my imagination probably helped me a lot here, because after about 20 minutes, I was just like, "Fuck it, let's just imagine this was a live-action animated thing." And yeah,
You
okay,
can't keep giving ratings based upon what you think a show should be. Give it an
It's
actual
our
rating based
opinion.
upon what it is.
it is our opinion. Our ratings are based on our opinion of something. My opinion of it is this.
There you go, Giz. Own that. And help me when I give my number.
Dude,
Like,
but like that's not what you're supposed to be you're supposed to be rating what you watched, not this would have been great if it was an anime.
no, hang on, bear with me, right? Accepting the fact that CGI is bollocks. The design, the basic design. If you were to see this storyboarded, the ship would have looked good.
Oh, the
The shark
storyboard
thing.
didn't exist during the process of this. What are you fucking on about? Not a hope.
I like the look of a lot of the stuff in it. It may not have come off as good as it should have or could have.
I think
But
he's
the
sleep
basic
deprived.
design, I think,
He
is
doesn't know
good.
what's going on.
You're half right.
Giz, you're doing good. What's your number? Where are you going? with this?
3.5, I told you.
He said
Oh,
3.5.
sorry, I was reading the chat. And...
That's why I said that's why I said the decimal thing.
So that's everybody, huh?
Also, oh my god,
Not
I'm
Chinese.
probably
Oh
going
my
to give it a
God.
3.
Okay.
why did I get oh my god this time?
Off who?
There's probably a reason.
Me, because the
Okay.
reason for his rating had nothing to do with the actual movie. It was like a
It did have to do with the movie. I was talking about the fact that I liked, granted that the execution wasn't well done, but I liked the basic design of a lot of the stuff that's in it. I like the basic design of the shark dudes. I like the basic design of the technology. Did it come off looking as smooth and as well polished as it probably should have or could have?
you
No, it
liked
did not.
the air tank up the nose.
Did I say that? No, the ship mainly.
No, he's talking
the
about
Earth
the
ship.
sharks and shit.
All right.
Okay, so following Giz and all of the things that he so well described. For
Oh, don't be dragging you down with you, Bob.
whoa, aren't we a team? Who's,
He only
who's
gave
dragging
it-
who down? All right.
He only
I'm
gave it a
just saying, like,
3.5.
Okay, so
It's literally
Zombie
0.5 more
apocalypse.
than me.
I have to be faster than zombies. I just have to be faster than you, and that ain't that hard as far as I remember.
I gave it a
Oh,
3
you
because
would
there's a
be
really good story
surprised,
in there.
bro.
It's just executed fucking
Yeah,
terribly.
probably, these are fucked.
And there was a lot of
No,
loose
like-
ends that could have been tied up before storyline wise
Like-
or plot holes.
Like, was this the story I was hoping for? No. Like,
Fuck,
I thought
Frank.
the idea was awesome. And while the CGI was like a huge hit and miss, like some of the fucking sharks look fucking awesome. And then some of them kind of look like bad cannon fodder that just we bought from.
The only
some
sharks
guy.
that looked good were when they were standing still. The minute they started to move, it started to look very ropey very quickly.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
what I'm
while I even try to give it that whole like, oh, you know, I've watched worse on the Sci-Fi Channel, I still have to give this like a solid 4 because like, fuck.
that's my favorite part. He's dying on a hill for a half a point higher than Giz.
He's literally.
God, this
You
is-
heard my
this-
review. He's 1 point
some
higher
shark
than me.
movies. Yeah. Like these should be winning Shark Award after Shark Award.
Are you
I
locking
give
in
it
for?
more.
I'm locking in 4 because it deserved Sharks on the Moon 4. That's what I'm fighting for.
You guys are all stupid for this. Half a point higher than this.
Like, they were Sharks on the Moon. I feel like a lot of your arguments were like, ooh.
I was at least expecting
I thought you were going to be in the 6-7 mark at least, like the way you were going.
Yeah.
Dude.
4. And you even waited for us to go. You didn't vote first.
Letty said they look like Poundland sharks.
I think I broke his.
Like the cheap Wish or cheap Poundland version of Street Sharks. You know, back alley sharks.
Back alley sharks. Oh my God.
Right. Well, thanks to Carter's magical input to try and save this movie's rating, it still comes out at a 2.9 out of 10.
Carter's like, there's Sharkside of the Moon, there's Schindler's List. They're almost
right. Like, if you balance that shit out, like, everybody had controversy.
They're almost the same. What did you give it? 4.
Same as I gave Schindler's fucking List.
Yeah. Just that was
Schindler's Sharks. Yes, that's the next one, Letty.
Yeah. I'm sorry, just the way you were talking about
I thought it was
movie,
definitely. I thought he was going to go with a 10 just to try and bring the points up.
No, because
Fucking
at the end I
4.
still have to fucking argue against like the bad CGI. Like I just.
You looked like I kicked you in the chest when I gave it a 3, and you gave it a fucking 4.
You are an enigma.
Is.
That's all I can say.
Hey, dude, I thought you would go higher.
I cannot pinpoint you.
I was hoping you would go higher, so I wouldn't by myself.
I like that he's on Schindler's Sharks.
Oh.
Carter's always got me on my toes.
That is, I'm laughing at that way more than I should be, but that cracked me.
Yeah, 10-minute clip of that.
I can't believe you guys are giving it such a low fucking goddamn rating, man. 4.
What do you give it? 4.
I'm saying, dude, like, I just, I thought we were shark buddies. I thought Johnny was gonna go higher.
I'd love to give it higher, but at least the story in like Sharknado was purely designed to feed into the fucking lunacy that is the actual core plot of the movie. This tried to be too serious in places.
On the moon. I mean, like,
I
felt like they were.
Yes,
kind of
and if they leaned into that,
lunacy.
it would have been cool, but they didn't. Sharknado, the reason people like Sharknado was same with Ouija Shark. Sharknado and Ouija Shark knew what was on the platter when they started making the movie, and they're like, okay, we're going to lean into the cheesy. These guys didn't lean into the cheesy, which is you'll find any.
I kind of felt like they did though. Like that whole
there was a lot of
opening
cheesy
scene
acting
between the two.
There was a lot of cheesy
the dude
acting,
stopping for a cigarette.
admittedly. But anywho, one of these things says poster. No.
Alright, you're tapping out. This is another movie. Whew, and it's even worse than this one, if that's possible.
Goddamn nuts.
Oh.
So it's Blumhouse. Buzz will be reenacting the trailer for this, just to let you know.
How's this blue?
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. Oh, look, you hate me. Credits.
Did you say how is this Blumhouse?
Yeah.
How is this not Blumhouse? Look at the fucking movie we just watched.
Wait a minute, Giz. You did watch the one we talked about in the chat, right?
I watched fucking both of them because I watched the wrong one fucking first.
Okay.
No, but that's just it. The wrong one I could accept as being Blumhouse. This one,
Really?
now I start. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because the wrong one actually had production values. This just has someone throwing a camera up in the air every 5 seconds.
Have you seen any of the
Wait a
Blumhouse found
minute.
footage movies?
Wait. You said the wrong one had the better production value?
Yeah, I did. Because it actually has an actual story and an actual dude actually doing stuff, as opposed
just to
to
let you know, that has nothing to do with the production value.
You keep saying dude. Like, you know, the main cast, the
That-
main
how-
actor was a female, right?
In the wrong one.
No, he's talking about the wrong one that he watched.
There we go. I misunderstood him. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
The storyline
He's
is
saying
at
the
least
one that he watched
coherent,
that was the wrong
consistent, and
one.
made sense in the wrong one, is what you meant.
Right.
The
Right.
production values are
If you want to hear our review on that, go back in our archives.
The production values are also a distinct difference as well.
well.
Because
In the defense of this movie, you can't compare the production values. They're two different styles of movie. This is designed to be like a found footage dash cam.
Right.
Although a dash cam, as I mentioned at the start of the show, never actually gets involved in it. It's your one's mobile phone, but it's supposed to be shot off a phone. It's found footage. Do you know what I mean? So like you can't compare the production values of something that is designed to be
an actual movie.
you know.
Yeah.
one of them looks like it's actually visually good. The other one looks like it's actually visually shot off a phone, which it is, I accept. But even all the other stuff that's in it also looks like what you'd expect from something that is shot off of a phone.
Yeah, which
As opposed to the other film, whereby everything in it...
well, I won't lie to you.
also-
The thing that really bugged me about this was there actually seemed to be a high production value put into it. Like as I said, the makeup they did on your one was awesome. The fucking the weird demonic monster thing that bursts out of her near the end of the movie. For the brief
That
second
was
I managed to
sick.
see what the fuck it looked like,
Right.
looked pretty cool. Now, yet again, I don't know because I only got to see maybe two glimpses of it from different angles. But there was a bit of a John Carpenter's Thing vibe off it. There was a big alien-looking hand thing at the front of it.
Right.
So, anyway, the fucking...
But the film we're talking about is Dashcam 2022. It is Blumhouse.
It is.
And it is awful.
Found
It
footage.
follows
Annie Hardy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, we follow Annie. She's used to be a singer or something, maybe, because her friend had a band t-shirt that she was a singer.
I think he was
don't
in
know.
the band. Yeah.
Was
I
he in the band? She was in a band, and her career path now takes her to driving around her car doing...
I think just
What's the
Uber.
name of her fucking show?
TikTok.
Give me a minute. I'll pull up this image. It's here. She does a show called the internet's #1 live improvised music show broadcast from a moving vehicle, Band Car.
There we go.
Okay, I thought that was the whole title. I was like, that's a long title. Yeah.
Won't lie to you, I
Band
read the
Car.
wrong
She does
line
Band
first.
Car, where... That's fine. It's all shit anyways. It doesn't
That
matter.
it is.
She does Bandcam or whatever he just said. It sucks. She has her friends or fans who watch and say, "Hey, do this," and then she makes a rap
It is
about it. 'cause
shot
she's-
in landscape, Letty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say,
Um,
that gives props to anybody that somebody can throw a word out and they can integrate that into their fucking rap and what have you. But I hate the character, her.
She's a bit of a
she
cunt.
herself. Yes,
She's a
Yeah.
total
such
attention.
one. She is
Thankfully,
such that word.
thankfully, Annie decides to leave America and go to
kicked out of
England.
America.
'cause
How bad
we
do you have
don't
to be?
want- Yeah. She.
I'm sorry.
She
Your
goes to
microphone
visit
broke
her
there.
friend-
What happened? What did he say?
I said she got kicked out of America. How bad does she have to be?
Did she get kicked out of America? Is that what happened?
No, she went to go for a visit, but
She should have.
if there was a vote, oh, dude, my boot would have been in her ass quick.
So
who should go? Her.
I think we should
She
prefix
raised
at the
up
tip of
that
the,
sorry,
tip of the
sorry,
show.
just-
One of Annie's main character traits is that this movie is set during the lockdown period, and Annie is a non-believer. Not only in the I don't think people should wear face masks, but Annie's a COVID's bullshit, never happened. It's all a government conspiracy kind of lady.
That's one thing, but she has no issue about voicing that, no matter what.
No, that's why I said it's one of her
situation
main defining character traits because it's
She's, she's an attention whore, to the max.
yeah.
And probably a regular girl too. I'm just assuming.
Actually, given some of the stuff she's saying when running away in a blind panic, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so Annie is a bitch. She goes to England to visit her friend Stretch, who May have been in the
I'm
band.
pretty sure he was in the band.
And then
yeah,
He was
Yeah.
in the band. She made
Okay.
it very clear what they did after the show.
because do you remember?
Right.
Yeah,
that's
because
right,
remember
'cause,
she was
that's
like
why she
everyone
called him
he thinks he's
Stretch.
named Stretch because he's tall, but it's actually because he used to
And
take
it's
two
like,
fingers
oh
and try and
wow, you
stretch.
brought that into my
groupies'
home.
buttholes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Stretch's girlfriend, not a fan of
weirdly
Annie.
enough-
Surprise, surprise.
Because she
Maybe
shows up
because-
and basically the first conversation she has is, do you know your boyfriend used to be stretching girls' arseholes when we were in a band together?
Okay,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
Hang on,
In
no.
defense,
She turns up and the very first thing she does is
Yeah.
slap while the two of them are in bed together.
Yeah.
like,
With spit.
Well, whatever.
Oh,
about
hey,
I
that.
believe
used
it's
to
called the
just-
silver handshake if you need to.
Yeah.
so no, in defense, like, you woke me up in the middle of the night by slapping my boyfriend, and I thought,
If
like,
she-
are we gonna die?
Should have been
Are
knocked
we
the
getting
fuck
broken
out if that was
into?
me.
If
Not
she
my
had
fault.
Dude.
been a sword implanted in her face.
So yeah. So Annie does her best Annie and pisses people off in England.
Turns out her
And,
skills to be an annoying
she-
bitch translate to whatever country she's in. It's not an American thing
Yeah.
specifically.
Whatever. Yep. She definitely does not lose that trait when on the airplane flying to a
Mm-mm.
different
No.
region. She does the whole thing where, and her friend Stretch has a cool job. He does the whole essential worker thing. He's picking up food for people because it's, lockdown time. People can't go.
Is he an
And she
essential
has to
worker? I
make a
thought
mess
he
out
was
of that.
just a delivery food guy.
That's
Well-
she said that. Well, I
No,
mean, at the
you
time,
have to
those
remember
people
that
kind of-
Annie's a condescending bitch. So I think the fact that
Right.
she called him an essential
Well, yeah.
worker was the fact that everyone's locked in their
Yeah.
houses, but the takeaway guys are essential because people need a fucking McDonald's.
But you know what? Motherfucker's paying his bills.
It's true.
And
Yeah,
she still
'cause you
didn't
can't
even
gig.
acknowledge her friend.
You can't gig. He's obviously a musician
Yeah.
kind of guy. Do you know what I
Well,
mean? You can't fucking gig during a fucking lockdown. He's trying to
Right.
fucking.
She goes and pretty much almost ruins that
my
by
God.
doing her Annie.
There's no pretty
Annie
much about it.
business
She
in the
ruins
restaurant.
that pretty. I'd say.
And she has the power of a Trump hat because that.
Actually, do you know what?
was
I was
brought up
saving
multiple
this for
times.
this particular movie because I felt like I need it.
Yeah. So also Annie likes to do a lot of Grand Theft Auto,
Dude.
just multiple times, but just doesn't know how to drive because I think she crashed every single car. She
Well,
saw.
I mean, like, there were a couple times
no.
it wasn't.
I mean,
her
circumstances,
fault.
but
Right.
don't.
No, when
fuck
she
her.
robs
She-
Stretch's car,
She's
she picks up your one. And
Yeah.
then Stretch
was
meets her in the
definitely-
car park, and I think it's Stretch crashes Stretch's car.
I'm trying not
Oh.
to give her a benefit.
Yeah,
of
but
the
it's
doubt,
like it's
though.
kind
No,
of
no,
the plot of
he's
the
right.
movie. Do you know?
To be fair, every car
one-
she does drive, she does crash, including
true.
Stretches at one point.
Yes.
But Johnny's right, though, because at one point, Stretch was the one that hit that head
Yeah,
on.
then the first
Yeah.
the head-on collision. Yeah, which that was kind
Yes.
of cool.
Where the guy gets embedded in your one's windshield.
That was
That was a cool
Yeah.
scene. Do you know why I enjoyed
Um,
that scene? Because I could see what happened.
Side note,
true. It's very
It was
clear.
very clear what
Director.
happened. Opposed to literally every other bit of action that happened in this movie, bar one or two kind of creepy camera shots that were done.
Funny
Like
side note,
insert
because
random
we-
asshole, drop the camera on the ground, which is the only reason that the camera stops moving.
funny side note, because like we don't have really a lot of positive things to say about this film. It was done by Rob Savage, who also did Host. A lot of the cast from Host made appearances in Dashcam. Fuck, I blacked out for a second. The
So did I.
couple-
I was watching the movie though when it happened. So
the dude that goes to the windshield.
I think I may have had a fit of epilepsy actually when all of the camera was moving and the lights were flashing and I didn't even know what was going on.
The old boy that comes through the windshield and the chick that she puts the t-shirt over are from Host. Apparently, quite a few people from that movie make like spot in kind of
Yeah,
appearances.
that's the way you got to
Yeah.
do it, though.
So like
Two of
that's
them
the
got married
positive.
at the end of Host.
That's the positive I've got about that.
So anyway, just to get us back on track to where Buzz was, Annie has robbed Stretch's car, and Stretch, as we said, is essentially
Yes.
a delivery guy. And Annie gets a bit peckish, and she's kind of like, "Hey, you know what? I could take up his delivery gig and just eat this fucker's food." Do you know what I mean? And the story begins to unfold from that point on.
It's more
Because-
just food.
Yeah,
There's
that
no
was the
story
lady.
going on for the first 40 minutes of the fucking movie before she goes to pick up the food. I'll tell you that straight out.
Apart
Annie's a
from the fact
bitch.
she's
Stretch is
a
cool.
bitch.
I can't help but
Stretch's
wonder
girlfriend is
sometimes,
also a
though.
bit of a bitch, but understandably so. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of like, I feel that if I'd met her on a better,
She tries to be
if I'd met her
nice.
on
really does, right.
better grounds, she probably would actually be a nice lady. But she does come off quite bitchy in
But then
the movie.
she-
But
Well, it's because
she
she
met
met
Annie,
it,
and
she
the
met
bitch
Annie,
can be
though, that's
contagious
why.
sometimes.
Yeah, she's got some of her bitch herpes on her,
I
and
think you
she
caught
became
bitch.
a bitch.
I kind of wonder sometimes,
Yeah.
though, like, did they know she was coming?
No,
Like, she made a big thing of, like, I'm leaving. Oh, my God, I got to leave in 2 days. And then, like, boom, she's there. It's like, hey.
yeah, they did not know. She showed up.
Although, then again, if she's... Well, no, they probably wouldn't be watching her the whole fucking time either, because I fucking wouldn't.
Yeah,
Right.
think of, like, you would have had
So,
something.
like, that kind of, like, boggled me. I'm like, oh.
Well, here's another
Stretch-
reason that I think
Stretch knows
it's easy
her.
to ascertain the fact that I think that Annie just showed up unannounced was Stretch's missus was super paranoid about COVID. So I can't see her being cool with people
No,
staying in the
okay,
house during
that's
lockdown.
true.
I would imagine during the little conversation that they have when they're in the fridge together, that was probably the conversation that was happening was, why is
What
she
the
here
fuck,
during the
bro?
fucking lockdown? And also, what is she talking about with
Yeah.
you fingering girls in the arsehole after gigs?
with fruit.
With
Yeah.
fruit. Yes. Everyone knows you should use a cucumber or
Annie's-
some sort of vegetable. It's much more sturdy.
Depending on the fruit.
Annie. Annie goes to make a delivery run, and that's where she finds, oh no.
Angela.
That's a very good Angela. Yes, but the
Angela.
oh no is
There you
also
go.
a very
So,
appropriate.
I backed out on the cast list because I was going to be
Yeah.
trying to be professional. Why for this movie? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Angela's just a lady in a
Um,
takeaway who's having a bad day, as far
yeah.
as we know.
Yeah, so the lady that works at the restaurant thing that Annie went to is like, get out
Lady,
of here, we're closed.
We-
It's like, oh wait,
we're not
wait
the
a
ones that
second.
brought it here. It was very much the movie brought us to this conversation for once. She said, "Why does it always
what?
come back to fruit on stream?" Haha, and I was like,
Oh,
because this
Somehow
this
we can-
particular case,
yeah.
the movie brought it up,
somehow we can cram
Yeah.
fruit into
which is just yet again proof that Bloomhouse are watching our show specifically
said.
to.
So yeah, so there's this lady, Angela, restaurant lady said, please go take her to this address. And Annie's like, sure, okay. And then she puts her in the car, and Lady Angela keeps wanting to get out of the car, and then she's like, no, stay in the car. And then she pees in the car, and she poops in the car, and then she stops, and then the lady has flying pooping I don't know what the fuck happened.
It's obviously
Pooped in the
telekinetic
car.
is the word you're
She
looking for.
peed in
Flying
the
pooping cars
restaurant.
is very close though.
I got mad, real mad. I don't know what the fuck happens in this movie because
Really?
after this, just a bunch of stuff happens.
Apparently, Angela has some form of psychic power a la Akira or something like that because...
right.
Or zombie
Angela's also
power,
supposedly
too, 'cause
16
she really
years
just wants
old.
to eat people.
Or she's by demon. Yeah,
Yeah.
it turns out she has a tattoo on her stomach that later on we see this crazy chick with a gun who's trying to shoot Annie because she met her. It turns out on her phone there's a picture of her hugging a girl who also has the same tattoo. So it's like, oh, the old lady has the same tattoo. It's her daughter. So we have no idea.
No, I knew all that happened. It just doesn't make any sense.
But this is my point. Like, this is just random shit that just like
They just throw in.
but there's no reasoning behind it. At some point, Annie, after all of her fucking self-interested bullshit, ends up at a house where she runs into a bunch of people somehow who all sit there, who all smile and fucking kill themselves, and it's very difficult to see what the fuck happens in this film, to be perfectly honest. Stretch your eyes back on, he gets a slap of a car. There's numerous things that happen to both Stretch and Annie that they should have fucking died from, yet for some reason, not only did they not die, but they are moving around remarkably well. Although, admittedly, adrenaline is a wonderful drug, and I imagine it'd be high as kites on adrenaline at that stage.
You're trying to just Bogart and Buzz's review here, are you?
Sorry.
That's fine because I
didn't know it was your. I don't know
probably
what
wasn't
happened
gonna
in
get
this
that
movie is
depth.
like a comedic setup for something, or was it true? Oh, it's
No,
true.
it
Well,
was-
then, yeah.
I mean,
okay.
it was part-
Okay, well, in that case,
I saw what happened. It just none of it made sense. So I know what happens, but to actually figure out
Annie,
what
there's
happens,
some
I
sort
don't
of
know.
cult involved. For some reason, you kind of get the impression if you're keeping an eye on the chat feed that's going on during our videos that it might be alien related, according to people, because some guy keeps mentioning how alien activity is rampant around this particular area.
That's
Oh, that was another.
People catch
Stupid thing,
if
stupid
they have
chat.
chat going on the left, you need to keep an eye on the chat as well. There's a reason it's fucking there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I thought,
because
but then
there
I
are
didn't really
Easter
notice
eggs.
anything.
This is
to
one of
the
the big things that
situation.
this is one of the big things that I had with the film. Why the fuck are they continuously carrying this fragging phone with them everywhere?
Well,
Because
okay, but they
that's
do also
well, you see
use
that
it for lights.
that's probably the one bit I don't have a problem with from the movie because
Right,
they've set up from
exactly.
the offset that she just streams 24/7.
And if you get into the habit of that, you always have that.
She
Like,
streamed her getting ready to go. She streamed her going to the airport. She streamed her getting on the fucking plane. She streamed her arrive in America. She streamed her in England. She streamed her getting in the car. She streamed her driving there. Her entire show is her just driving around singing fucking random tunes with words that people add from the chat. She's an IRL streamer, like basically. All they do is stream the whole time. The only time they don't stream is when they're fucking asleep.
right.
And sometimes,
And
they might
sometimes they
stream
stream
that.
when they're asleep as well. Yeah.
That's their Patreon. Watch me sleep.
I wonder why I
Creep.
treat Apocalypse.
That's the one thing that
Yeah,
made sense
she-
was the fact that she's that bitch that would keep the phone going no matter what the fucking story was.
hang on.
She
yeah.
also at one stage
What's
she didn't need. She also at one stage, if you notice, she doesn't need to be holding the phone. She has like a thing that the phone clips into on her hat.
She had the whole, yeah.
What about Stretch?
What about Stretch holding the phone? Well, she just
Or-
handed the phone to Stretch. You have to have the
Or
phone.
he took it from her
When-
because
when
there
you're
was
doing-
a couple times.
When you're doing a found footage movie where you have to look at the camera like an actual character because the camera is what's telling the story. So that's why the camera is going on all the time. I mean, to be honest, her using the camera the whole time made a lot more sense in this than it does in a lot of other found footage style movies. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
It's just
that's
that
one of the.
after that, it's just shot terrible. It's like they at no stage did they try to. I mean, what really bugged me was camera footage, even if you were to be running around like that with a real camera, wouldn't be that shaky naturally anymore because there's an anti-shake filter in all of the cameras that actually does a relatively good job of leveling footage out for the most part.
Like, I hate.
Also, that phone must have the same durability as they do, because that thing takes, slamming around too, and it's
Yeah,
perfectly
Maybe it's an
fine.
IK brick.
Like,
Well,
I hate found
Oh,
footage.
not
but
trying
that
to sound
is
like an
one of the
asshole
things-
again. You worked in a phone shop for a while, didn't you? Yeah. Did you ever hear of
Yeah.
OtterBox?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So if she had an OtterBox on her phone, you can literally drive over that phone with a car and it'll be fine.
Because, dude, that's what I've got on mine because I know I dropped the shit out of mine.
I got given the tank version one, like you can literally drive over it with a car and
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
My favorite part of the film is when she crashed the third
There's a lot of
car,
car
I think,
crashes,
that
and
she
the car
crashed.
crashes are an
So
essential
many.
plot point.
And she went into the river and almost drowned, and I thought she was going to die. That was the best part
In
of the
her
movie for me.
defense there, I don't think she crashed the car in that particular instance. I
got
got the
lifted
impression
up
that it
and
was the
dropped.
chick.
Yeah.
Well, it
No,
crashed, but
It,
then
it dipped
get
forward
pushed
because your one was
over.
lifting it up off the ground and then
Yeah.
fucked it into
Dropped.
the river.
Like, she stopped in.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just
because if
assumed
you
she
look at the
crashed.
thing,
That
like
bit
if you look at the view out her front window, it's you can see the sky first, and then you can see the water from a massive height.
Well, no, I knew it got dropped, but didn't she crash it before
She
it got
Crashed it,
flipped?
but stopped it from hitting the water.
That's what I meant.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I knew. She
Right.
crashed
so
it.
she still fucked up
But
a car.
then-
Angela finished fucking
Yeah,
up a car.
that's what I meant. Yeah. Superpower
Yeah,
lady
exactly.
just dumped it out.
No, like,
So,
that's one of the things.
that's my
It's
favorite.
like, I can't stand found footage because they always kick off to an angle that's not found footage. Here, it's like, well, even though I didn't like the minute or 2 minutes in the dark when they, like, say, hid under the blanket, I'm like, is the movie over? What the fuck, dude? And then all of a sudden, like, oh, okay, so it's all right. They at least stuck to found footage, even though some of those moments bored the fuck out of me, or I was hoping, like, kill him now. No! It did not
Also,
fucking happen.
Blumhouse, don't make me do two things. Don't make me watch a movie and have to read a chat at the
Okay.
same time. I can't.
That's not
I can't.
Blumhouse, that's the
I can't.
director, though.
If there's plot points, well, then whatever. If that's plot points that's going to be in the chat, then that's annoying. Because I'm watching the movie.
There was.
It's over enough to
It's
where
mostly
it's out
when
of,
she's just talking shit on screen is when the cool shit comes up on the chat.
Right. And unfortunately, that
normally
was a
when all of
director's
the
call,
cool shit
not
is happening
Blumhouse.
in the movie, the chat are like, "Oh my god, are you okay? What the fuck's going on?"
Well, yeah, because there's also times where it looks like she's knocked off of
Yeah.
streaming because like
Yeah.
the chat's gone, so she loses signal or the stream stopped, and then as soon as stuff stops, that's when the chat pops back
But
up.
I'll give it that they still
Which-
kept it.
okay,
that
cool.
They still kept it on phone instead of kicking to a secondary camera. Like, I still have to
I
lean
guess.
into that.
The main problem with this movie, just to try and round us off so we can start getting Buzz to do his trailer and stuff, because Giz looks like he's literally going to fall asleep in the fucking
I
chair.
forgot about that.
The main problem with this movie is the storyline. While there is a very good level of adhesion to the character that they built Annie up to be from start to finish of the movie, the actual plot of the movie is just some fucking arguments happen between Annie, then some shit happens on the fucking alien / demonic lady side of things, then some more arguments with some Annie, and it just seems like there's no kind of attempt to literally try and connect everything together as to what happens in the storyline. It's just a load of random shit happens, then stuff doesn't happen, then some more shit happens, and then stuff doesn't happen, and all the times that stuff isn't happening, Annie's been an annoying bitch during the times that shit isn't going on. And that's basically it. Like, you never find out what the fuck is going on with Angela and the cult and what the fuck is her deal at all. Never ever gets explained during the movie, or attempted to. Never even gets brought up. Mostly because Annie is too dumb fuck shit idiot to try and attempt to put the story together to figure out what's going on. She's too busy trying to stream everything.
She doesn't
The
do
shots,
any
the shots of
job
any of the action or any of the intricate storyline stuff are so frantic and shaky cam all over the place that even if there are Easter eggs in the background, the likelihood of you being able to see them, even if you went through the footage frame by frame, would be vastly outnumbered by the amount of shit that is just a massive shot of blurry footage.
That's the problem I had with the movie, because like I said, I caught an article earlier with or an interview, and he's like, "Oh, well, I built it this way and I built it that way," and it's like, I built it so people will watch it multiple times, so you can watch the film, watch the chat, and I'm like, dude, you got to build a good movie for me to watch this motherfucker.
You need to work for the government in crime investigations where you can start like sharpening up frames.
Right, and he's like, "Oh, well, because this happened," and then he openly admits this was backstory that we built between Johnny, Buzz, and me. We built this in the story, but it's not released in the movie. And I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. Like, why do you put that much work in off table or
well,
on
no,
the
yeah,
table,
you have
but
to do that.
Put it in the movie.
You have to do that with character design. That, like, actors like knowing enough about their character that if you were to ask someone what happened 2 years ago with your character, even if it's not in the movie, that they have an answer.
They put backstory to like the cult. There was actually an explanation of why Annie got picked, but none of that actually transfers over to the movie. And he
Annie got picked?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As in the reason that Annie was the one they let her walk off with, is it?
Yeah, he's saying that Annie was actually picked by the cult. But if you watch the movie, none of that transfers over.
How is she picked? Do you have an answer for this? Because I'd actually like.
No, he honestly stated.
Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't say Angela?
Oh no, the driver,
Annie,
the annoying bitch.
All right, okay.
So, but did he say? Did he say what the backstory was? Is what I'm fucking asking you.
Okay, sorry. So cult, they fucking pray to Cthulhu. I don't know who.
Yeah, I saw tentacles. I assumed there was a Cthulhu vibe going on. Yeah.
So
that was hand. He came on hand first.
They pray to whoever, and this thing is a parasite, so it needs a human host. Angela, the reason why she's 16 to 60 is because it burns through the host.
Right.
And so constantly keep putting it into a new host.
And Annie was picked to be the next host?
Right.
Why?
Exactly. Like, none of that's transferred to the movie. But the thing is,
there was no.
Then, because if you look at it, Angela's like this big badass. She's chucking motherfuckers, chucking cars. In a body, the demon parasite thing is super strong. But then if you watch the film, like she's kicking its ass, blah blah blah. Apparently he's like, well, in its form, it's a parasite. It's easily fucking taken on. And I'm like, okay, well, dude, all these things are cool in an interview, but you put none of that in your film.
Yeah, like because the cult members kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you know, like
apparently
went to nowhere straight away.
Yeah, it was
Somehow.
literally, dude. I'm telling you, he's putting backstory there for a scene that was just put in to be scary.
That's all I can think of.
Because
they're like,
she goes
"Why?"
into guys, literally, she goes into this house, right? She gets maybe 2 hallways down into the house. She hears a
That's
weird
the
creak
house?
behind her, and she turns around, and there's fucking 25 cult dudes that are all dressed like they're
And-
from fucking.
His answer said that that's the destination she was supposed to be taking Angela to.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
But why? Like how her...
Because she read the
Yeah.
address on like a piece of mail. She's like, oh, and it clicked that was where she was told to go originally. She stopped on the side because Angela shit her pants at like a gas
Right,
station
but
or
again,
whatever.
though-
And then shit started
Right,
happening, so
but
she
it-
never made it to the
But
actual
again,
house.
he said it was supposed to be her coming. How? Like what
Oh,
weird
what
fucking notion
Yeah.
stars
There-
picked
Yeah, there's
her?
no way they could have figured out that she would do all.
Exactly.
I would like to talk to this guy and say, next time you think about that, put it in the movie.
Yeah.
And more important,
So that we can
Right.
see it.
if they could predict stuff up to the point that they can figure she's going to do all this, then how the frack did they not predict all the shit that happened afterwards?
Thank you. Right. Or how many, like, oh, hey, we're going to have a lot of fuck ups with plan A. Let's figure out plan B because this is not going the way we want it to.
Or if they knew
Like-
it was going to go the way it was going to go when she gets kicked out of the house by your one, why weren't they just waiting in the back of fucking Stretch's
Thank
car
you.
and bag and tag her?
Right. Like, there's a van side the
No, no,
road. That's her.
no.
Move the fuck on.
Everything, no, that I can get
do you mean,
because
no?
they need her to go to pick up Angela. They need it to
Right.
be her choice. But there
Okay.
should have been something after that forces Annie onto the path they want, and there wasn't.
But I feel like if we know what's going to happen, I send Giz to go pick up one, I send Buzz to go pick up the other. Problem fucking solved. Like if we know what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
because her picking up her picking up Angela isn't a choice that in relation to accepting a demon or not. They'd need to physically. If you're going to be grabbing her and just tying her to a table and letting the fucking parasite go into her, I don't think it has anything to do with a matter of fucking choice, regardless.
Right, like she's not going to be like, okay, I guess you can go in me. Like,
But this is the problem when is my issue with the movie is there's a cool story there with 5 million inconsistencies because
exactly.
they have really cool snippets of a cool story with no
Being explained.
attempt to try and tie anything together for you whatsoever. And as I said, the footage is so fucked trying to watch it that even if you wanted to try it and postulate what might be going on, there's not a fucking hope that you can gather enough fucking evidence from looking at any scene of the fucking movie whatsoever to try and figure out what the hell is going on, because it just doesn't exist. I'm sure it does
And
exist in the background of some very blurry, very shaky camera footage that, as I said, unless you work for some sort of government-funded agency, I don't think you have the ability to clean up the footage enough for you to be able to pull things. And also, the movie isn't that good that I want to put that much effort into trying
Thank
to
you.
pull a
I was
sell a
gonna
fucking
say,
movie.
like, the fact that you openly admit, like, I built a movie in hopes to have people watch it multiple times. Dude, if it's not a good movie, I'm not watching this motherfucker
Yeah,
multiple
there's no
times.
cohesion.
I could give two shits what your
Right.
chat says.
Like,
if it's a
I'm
shitty
like,
movie.
oh, there's Easter eggs in the chat.
gonna go
I
back
I also
and
don't
watch
like
it.
you trying to fucking sidewind people either, because the chat was very, as I said, there was the guy, I can't remember the username. He had like a red devil mask was his like user
yeah.
picture, but there was this just constant drill about him talking about aliens through the chat that I was like, oh,
Right.
don't try and lead me up the stray path in your chat, and the chat actually has nothing to do with the fucking storyline of the movie, you fucking prick.
And apparently the chat also has like Easter eggs to the story and to his previous film. Because I guess it will mention, oh, hey, do you remember what happened, blah, 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 over here, referencing Host. And so I'm like, I feel like you're putting too much in your film.
You're also running on the assumption that people have seen Host, which was not
Right.
great.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And the whole like, well, I want to bombard people. Well, bro, I don't feel like that's a selling point. Like, You want to bombard people.
Bombard, not a good word.
Right. Like, it's just, I want to make sure there's too much for people to absorb. Well, I think you fucked up, bro. Like,
It makes no sense.
then I can't figure out what I'm watching. Right, Bubba? You slept through it.
Sir.
Right, anyway, that's us on host for the moment. We're going to have to get Buzz to, or whatever. It's all the same fucking movie, just different shit.
Supposedly, I would say supposedly they're the same thing.
Like, if you go back to my review of Host, I think you'll find that literally all of the issues we had with this movie are virtually identical to that movie. It's just some different fucking garnish and seasoning on top of it instead. Anyway, point of what I was saying was we're going to have to get Buzz to do a trailer because it's a Blumhouse movie and they always copyright flag us, and B, we just literally read this movie The Riot Act live on camera, so if they weren't going to copyright flag us, I feel they're definitely going to copyright flag us now. So let me just boost up the background music here. I feel we need some slightly more appropriate. Sorry, that's not the right one. All right.
Hey, Bubba.
You gotta do some stretching.
I think we need slightly more appropriate background music here. Let me just get something a bit. Let me get something a bit more creepy.
I was saying, Katie, if you're listening and not watching, there's a cat
Here
on
we
the
go.
screen.
Right, there's totally a cat on scene to make this.
Also, forewarning, there might.
Yeah, headphone warning coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buzz.
Okay.
Just fit him a bit more on screen here. Yeah.
Am I ready?
Your camera is ready, Mr. DeVille.
Okay, there we go. Blumhouse. That's the intro.
Camera.
Oh my god, I'm a rapper and I drive a car. I'm a rapper and I drive a car and beep, beep, beep. I don't believe in the virus and I'm a prisoner and fuck you if you believe in the virus. And now I'm going to England and still doing the same shit I was doing in America because I'm a fucking bitch. I'm gonna steal my friend's car because he's a fucking bitch. I'm gonna go get some food because I'm a fucking bitch. There's an old lady. They want me to take her. They're gonna give me some money. That's kind of cool. Gonna drive her. Oh shit! She shit in the car. She's a fucking bitch. This is the part of the movie where you can't see what's
shake your camera
going on.
around vigorously.
I do that, but I don't want to do that because. Okay. Actually, I can do this. I have like. I like Trump. I hate shots. Oh, did you see what's going on there? Oh my God, can you see it? You see what's going on? Dashcam, fuck you.
Oh God, I love this so much better than the movie. Holy shit!
That was very well done.
Oh my God!
Your best.
Oh my God!
That was very well done.
Oh.
Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Buzz, please? That was great.
I haven't even seen the trailer for Dashcam, and that was just spot on.
I can just imagine that that's actually what it was, to be honest.
I like
Can't hear it
it.
because it's furry, but it's there. Right, Bubba?
I literally had text on the screen that went actual trailer footage over your head.
Hang on. It's okay, Tristan. You have our attention. What's up? Just Tristan's back now, guys. I'm waiting for there's a cat in the chat.
I was gonna say, if you say there's a cat in the chat, we warned you. So like, and for once he's not trying to
where's
kick
Buzz's
my
camera?
ass.
There we go. There you go. Welcome back to normal studio mode, Buzz.
Thanks.
Great job,
Thanks.
by the way. I would say
Where'd
definitely
it
your best
go?
trailer to date.
That was very well done. Accurate, I feel.
Well, did I do the movie justice?
No, you did it better. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Were those actual scenes from the movie?
I don't think I've watched the trailer for Dashcam either, but I feel weirdly, I nearly want to put it on
to see
if like how remarkably close to it you got, because call me
wasn't-
weird. I
Also-
think that's how it went.
I do.
Also,
Like,
Tristan,
minus
one
the person
thing-
in the back seat.
We need a compilation
There
of
you
Buzz's
go.
best bits. Well, there's only been 3 trailers.
The thing I really wanted to get, the point that I really wanted to
Clip it
get
there
across.
if you want, Katie. and we can, or Tristan, and we can.
Did I get the point that she was a bitch across?
I think so.
It was a little loose.
Good.
But
Well, then
I think you got it. Ish.
Good. That's the main plot of the story. She's a bitch. Fuck Dashcam.
You certainly exemplified the diversity of the word.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you guys couldn't see things when things was happening?
Yeah, definitely couldn't.
Great. That was great.
Okay, good.
That was fucking brilliant.
Good.
Okay, so I'm holding one.
Fuck you, Bloomhouse.
Yeah, that was actually pretty. That was pretty good.
Your movie gets a fucking 0. Piece of shit movie company.
You know, when we come back on American Horrors, this might be a segment we start doing. do you remember, like, guess that Pokemon on the ad break in Pokemon? It'll be like, guess that Bloomhouse movie, and Buzz just does it'll literally just be some room from the movie captured behind him. There'll be no fucking fancy cuts or anything. It'll just be Buzz doing weird shit on camera, and people have to guess the movie when we come back from the ad break.
Perfect. I like that idea.
I'll even see if I can get Megan's kids to do the voice, you know, so it sounds like a bunch of kids from like, what's that Bloomhouse movie?
I'm sure Hunter and Leo will do it.
Yeah, just add it all together as one big smorgasbord of kid voices.
I was trying not to move the camera as much because I didn't want to like drop it like that one time. But
no, you did a good job.
So I put my hand there.
Did, and it looked good.
The best part is like I have the headphone
I'm going to pull the calculator
so
out here again because I definitely feel there's going to be there's going to be some not whole numbers in the mix.
I'm going to make it easy on you, and I'm going 0, and that's a real score because there was no movie there. I'm sorry.
But here's where I feel fucked up because like I liked the special effects.
What bit you saw of them?
No, that's just it. Like I'm trying to like weigh the odds. It's like, well, that's like 0.0 grams. Like
there was 2 cool scenes in the whole movie that I think looked
don't you,
great, and you could also the point of me saying they look great was you could also decipher what the fuck was actually going on in them. One was Angela was up a tree and Stretch goes to try and get her. Very cool scene.
Poor fucking Stretch.
Yeah,
dude.
Stretch had Stretch got done dirty in this movie as well as being the actual only relatable member of the cast, or member of the storyline.
And the comment section is like, fuck you,
but there's this
Stretch.
cool
I'm like,
scene
you know
where he
what?
falls out of a tree and the camera's there beside him, and also, which is I think very well done as well, because the camera loses connection to the internet at the time, so it's not like her chat can let her know what they saw, so it keeps everybody lost as to what's going on. But she just slowly levitates down to the ground, Magneto style, which was pretty dope. And then the other one being, which we mentioned earlier on, is where there's the head-on collision where some guy gets embedded in the windshield of their car, which is pretty full on as to what's going on.
Katie, please tell us Tristan.
Did you fall asleep on your keyboard there, Tris? Okay, so 0 from Buzz. What are we getting from Giz?
Oh.
What you doing, Bubba? Is it 1?
2.
Is it 0? Really?
Sorry, Tristan featuring Zeus. Love it. Okay.
Because much like with Carter, I did enjoy the effects.
Oh, don't mention Carter in this one, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
And to be perfectly honest, there are times when you enjoy hating somebody. It doesn't happen often.
Oh.
But yeah, I enjoyed hating Annie.
Yeah, she was an enjoyable, hateful character.
Like you're kind of like,
and I will always give her extra point props for just how fucking durable that lady is, because goddamn, she fucking.
Everyone in this film is durable. I mean, like, they're fucking superhero level durable. Stretch survived at least 2 or 3 things that should have killed him.
Yeah. Can you give me a number?
I did 2.
2. Right, there we go. Plus, what are you giving it, Carter?
I gotta go 1. Like, even if I go, oh wow, the special effects, the demon, 1.
I'm going to give it a 2 as well, because, as I said, I feel like there was a cool movie in there. We just never got to see it. Either it being due to really shaky camera footage, or Rob Savage for some reason deciding to leave all of the backstory out. Because I won't lie to you, the backstory that I heard sounded cool.
Like that, and that pisses me off. Dude.
But I never
Like,
got to see any of that backstory or have any inclination that that was going on at all. There was never a hint of evidence, nothing.
And I think that's why I go 1, because like I read an article to get this. I'm like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my sentiments. Fuck
And
that dude.
oh my god, I feel the cat's on board with me because that fucking hurt.
Right. Well, then, that is a... Wow. We haven't had one down here in a while.
Why?
That is a 1.25 for Dashcam, being the reason I got Buzz to do a trailer. I'm going to put the trailer on here, not like on screen. I'm just going to throw it on here for myself for one moment.
You know what? It's so bad. Maybe they let us off. Maybe they were like, please show us.
They will not.
Never
You know this.
It's still got a Bloomhouse stamp. I feel like they're going to be like, whoa, bro. Oh, bro.
Also,
what the
they
fuck?
just
I
listen.
won't lie to you. I'm surprised we didn't get pulled for Orphan, although I realised that I had left the audio off for it, which probably had a lot to do with it not getting pulled.
That might be the new magic thing. It's just no audio.
Maybe you don't like to watch stuff without audio unless it's supposed to be silent.
It's not like you were going to get any information from it because the film itself doesn't give you any information. So
No, we're talking.
I'll watch it and stuff.
No, talking about Orphan.
Oh,
Oh, good one. There we go.
Trailers.
Another honey packet. That was good.
For Spotify listeners, Johnny is watching the actual trailer.
Yeah,
from
it's actually just a
Dashcam
shitload of shaky footage.
and noticing that I have a spot on recreation.
Spotify,
And that Carter wants another honey packet.
where Buzz
tasty.
identifies spots on his body.
Vodka and lemon.
There's that one. There's that one.
I can trump
There's
that.
that one.
Whiskey and Dr. Pepper. So there you go.
I can trump that.
To be perfectly honest.
I can
Coca-Cola
trump
classic.
that. Coffee and cigarettes. It's a classic combination.
Yes.
Yeah, classic means like old school. Dr. Pepper trumps always.
It is the sweet
He
one.
is such an enigma.
It is.
Anyway, that's a 1.25 for Dashcam. Go see it if you want, or don't, probably.
Or don't.
If you don't want to, we're okay with that. Put it that way.
There is another
So
film called
okay with
Dashcam.
that.
There is another
Also-
film called Dashcam that's moderately better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a 4.
All right. Also, whoever voted yes. Oh shit. Or nah. Whoever voted no.
My fingers.
If you're fired.
Like I was trying for yes, but shit happened.
No. I went down my finger. I was like, does this film suck? And my finger just went, no, not that.
Right.
Shit.
Anyway, as we all are accustomed to, because our show actually has a storyline and a flow to it that people can follow. At the end of the show, Buzz has customarily jumped around the internet to find me some of the strangest Amazon reviews
Yes.
from the internet, which are here right now. Here right now. There they go. Look at it there. Right now. So what we have hashtag number 9. 50 pounds of play sand is heavy and makes for great revenge. 5 stars. Color tan. It's heavy. I sometimes receive documents in larger than your average letter size and clearly labeled do not bend. My mailman seems to be either lazy or incompetent or both, and instead of leaving the documents on my doorstep or porch, because this would require getting out of the car, he bends and folds them, then stuffs them into my mailbox anyway. This often will crease important documents and photos. So whenever this happens, I log on to Amazon and order a 50-pound bag of play sand. While it doesn't decrease my documents, it makes me feel a lot better watching him deliver it. She's training him.
Very clever.
Pretty clever. Hopefully she's not a dwarfed 33-year-old woman pretending to be a 12-year-old girl, because that sounds like that kind of maneuver. It's got that level of... Yes. Not very funny, but it makes me feel good.
That was funny.
That cuts deep. 5 star. 5 stars. What can you say about scissors? They're scissors. You put one blade on either side of something you wish to cut. Squeeze the handles together and it cuts. Super sharp too. They cut almost as precisely as my father's comments about my career path.
Oh, wow.
Cuts like a knife.
Portable pizza porch. Great gag gift. This was a lifesaver during that time I was left... ... Okay. This was a lifesaver during the time I was left for dead whilst hiking the Appalachian Trail. My friends abandoned me when I was engrossed in latrine building. I was near starvation when I recalled my lucky pizza pouch hanging invitingly from my neck. I was able to ration bites from my mushroom, pepper and onion well done supplemental slice until help arrived. I wasn't even hungry when they brought me back to civilization.
There you go.
There you go.
Helpful.
Pizza, portable pizza pouch. Oh. Hello. What? A rock solid buttocks. Is this a gag or are you just been like, hey Johnny, I think you'd look great in these leggings? Underpowered but works well. Hooked this up to the generator from Hurricane Irma. Original battery pack was underpowered. Flipped it on and shot me across the room. Regained consciousness the next day with the generator off. Recovered consciousness the next day with the generator out of gas and rock solid buttocks.
It works.
You know what?
Well, I'll tell you that lady's buttocks do look rock solid. So well done,
Yeah,
that lady.
right. Like, if it works, it
5
works,
stars.
dude.
Oh yeah, that would make a resounding
4
slap.
stars. Humbling but life changing.
Price, a little bit of a blackout, but hey.
Slapperific.
Time out.
Oh, I didn't even want to say that one.
He heard it.
I heard it, and then I heard someone say time out.
Anyway.
I won't lie to you. The decision was already going through my brain.
And then he heard a second, so it
Humbling
happened.
but in a life-changing way. First off, my assumption for what? Who's saying that?
Coming from the big giant head.
No idea. Anyway, 4 stars. First off, my assumption was that this was meant to fit an average man, and now I realize that I am far below average in terms of man terms. But it's okay because I've learned to transcend traditional measures of masculinity. It turns out that if you try hard enough, you can fart without... What? You can fart with enough force and volume to turn the front pocket into a balloon. And if that doesn't make me the best, I don't know what does. Overall, only 4 stars because my feelings were hurt, but I learnt a new talent.
What is the product?
Some kind of pants.
Some kind of pants. It's got pleats in the pants that you can fill with fart gas.
I had to cut the picture out to crop in the thing.
Can you send me the picture?
Some kind of like, maybe.
I'll read this Nike Air thing while you send on the picture. Right.
I feel like
5 stars. Well worth the wait. Nike Air Foam Posit 1 Energy Style. Sure, these shoes are pricey, but you get what you pay for. I worked 60 hours a week all year long, and I finally was able to purchase these shoes. I put them on, and you could immediately tell that these weren't your average $60 sneaker. They may have the same amount of foam, comfort, shape, and performance, but they are way more stylish, like $3,000 stylish. Sometimes my daughter complains, though. She'll say things like, "Are we going to eat tonight?" And "Am I tired of sleeping in the street?" But then I just show her my awesome Nikes, and she shuts her little bitch mouth. Great shoes, do recommend.
No, I can't find the
You're
picture.
not hungry. Look at these shoes. You're good.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good.
They're kind of like a workout pant, but I can't find the picture because I think I cut
And
it
that's
out.
the foot scraper from last week.
Yes.
For foot cheese.
foot cheese.
My foot cheese
There we
done.
go.
Sit in your mouth. My foot cheese done. You just sit on this. Well, yeah, that's it from us for this week's GoreCast Group Chat Thursday. Does anyone have any final? Does anyone have any final things they want to say? I can just hear Giz fucking.
Yeah. Don't watch Dashcam. Oh, I had a hiccup.
Someone got a hit. Someone's got the windy pops.
Don't watch Dashcam. It sucks.
Part of the bad.
Yeah. Orphan's first kill. Watch it. It's okay. And Sharkside of the Moon.
Watch it.
Who knows?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 10 good. So
hey, you know what?
4
You know
out
what,
of 10.
dude? I think you should
It's
round off the show
4.
by just trying to justify fucking Sharkside of the Moon just one last time. We'll give you one last go.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Sharkside of the Moon.
You 100% sure?
Sharks,
This is
Moon.
your time to shine, bud.
Sharks. And
It's like I'm
moon.
trying to fill while I
All I
find
gotta
something to
say.
put on as our outro trailer for tomorrow night's show.
Two fucking words. I feel like it sells. It fucking sells.
Yeah, no. It's a great film to watch if you're out of your gourd.
I was totally not
I-
out of my gourd.
I know. That's a great film for us to watch. None of us were.
Oh, guys, guess what? Next Thursday, Halloween 3.
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
That's better than Sharkside.
But at least
What did you say?
Uh,
I didn't hear what you said there.
Me or him or
Any of you, to be blatantly honest.
I said next week's show, Halloween 3. Yay. And then they gave their reactions. Which is sad. I don't know.
saying you're like comparing that to Sharkside of the Moon. Be like, hey,
I am
Halloween.
not comparing it because it's way better.
Halloween. Oh, holding
There's
you to
no
that shit.
comparison.
I'm so holding you to that one. All right.
Okay. I at least made a good effort and saying how fucking good that movie is. You were like 4 out of 10. I at least have the balls to say I fucking love that movie. 10 out of fucking 10.
That's a
You're
hard.
like,
No.
Sharkside of the Moon, awesome. 4 out of 10.
That's a hard 4 out of 10. All right. I'm all like Sharkside of the Moon.
How do you?
It's like, hey, in his defense, in the defense of Buzz, he's kind of not wrong. You know, I saw a 10 out of 10 coming, and it was just like, no, that's not what's happening. But you know,
It was like one of the best setups and gags you've ever, without meaning to do a setup and gag. My ribs were in bits, dude.
I'm just saying, there's like the mountain, and then there's like the mini mountain. 4 out of 10. Hard mini
What you're
mountain.
trying to tell me is,
what
you're trying to
fucking
tell
mini
me is-
mountain are you talking about? If it's a
it's
mini
the
mountain,
whole, it's the whole him having a different
honestly,
No,
if it's a mini
no,
mountain, it should be at least halfway up the fucking scale.
No, Carter, you went with the wrong metaphor. What you should have said was, it may be a really big shark, but unfortunately it's a really tiny lake, but at least there's still a big shark in that tiny lake.
What Giz said?
Why would he even
hard
say that?
4. Exactly what Giz said. Hard
It's
fucking
just like
4.
you and the
Carter out.
definition for. This is like
Anyway,
5.
we'll be back on Sunday where we're going to be doing, I believe, Fall Guys, where we're now able to do custom lobbies. You're able to choose what events are on.
shit.
So it's going to be all that one event I'm really good at. Fuck you, Cags.
Good idea.
I will get my dub, albeit in shady ways. So it'll be Fall Guys unless I find something else that we can all play in the meantime. Don't forget to join me over on Twitch tomorrow night, where Livonia is after getting a big update. So I'm going to be hopping on Livonia for a change, which I don't think anyone's ever seen me do on stream. So that's going to be interesting. And other than that, seeing as someone mentioned messages from the big giant head, here's a DayZ trailer that reflects that. We'll catch you later on. Toodaloo.
Atlantis a little further than Vorkuta.
Bogey, I have
Y'all
voice.
gotta-
Wait, just it voices. There's voices coming into my head.
Take your time.
Incoming message from the big giant head. Incoming message for Bogey from the big giant head. Why did you F11 out there?
Oh shit. I'm sorry that came out of no context. I was muted, and my mic was muted, and I said some things. I just said that I had to go back to the coast or back to land, and I had to meet up with my dad. That's why.
Transmission ending in 5, 4, 3,
I love
2,
you all. Bye.
1. What the fuck? What the hell was that? Oh my god, I feel
I don't
like
know.